You show up every day, you do what's expected of you. But deep down, you know the truth. One paycheck shouldn't decide how your life turns out. But what if your evenings meant progress? What if your weekends built freedom? What if your laptop became more than just a screen? This isn't about quitting your job. It's about giving yourself options. While others scroll, you start building. Quietly, consistently, and on your own terms. No pressure, no guessing. Just a clear system you can run after work, before work, or whenever life gives you a turn. That's what Goldmine on hustlesafrica.com is for.
Tuesday.
Haikuzo. Makasi ni watafute uongozi pamoja wasitafute.
Kweli una maana gani? Una maana wewe ni binadamu ya mavi ya kuku.
Mashamba yetu harambe.
Nguruwe kujikanga na mafuta yake. Na Afrika itakwisha.
Padani agosho. Ngai no mwega. Naende shode.
Wakati hiyo ilikuwa ukisema ngwe ndani. Ngwe.
Tuendelee kufanya kazi na sisi zote tushirikiane pamoja ndani ya chama chetu ambacho tulianzisha juzi, chama cha The National Alliance au chama cha TNA. Wenzetu, mnajua ya kwamba safari hii tulianza mapema tukiwa pamoja. Mimi sio mtu ambaye amerukaruka kwa vyama. Siasa zangu mnajua nilizianza tukiwa ndani ya chama cha KANU. Na nikakaa ndani ya chama cha KANU na nikafanya kazi na wenzangu ndani ya chama cha KANU mpaka wakati ukafika nikaona ya kwamba vile chama hicho kinaendeshwa au ile ugomvi na makelele mingi, mimi nikaona ya kwamba mimi sio mtu ambaye anapendelea siasa ya ugomvi. Nikasema mimi niwache chama cha KANU, tuanzishe chama cha TNA, chama ambacho tutaweza kuunganisha Wakenya na jamii zote, chama ambacho haitakuwa chama cha kelele, chama ambacho kitawatendea Wakenya kazi kulingana na mahitaji yao. Wenzetu, mnajua ya kwamba mwaka wa 2022 tulikuwa pamoja. Nilikuja nikawaomba kura, na safari hiyo wakasema Wakenya watapatia Mheshimiwa Kibaki. Mimi sikutoa vita, mimi sikupigana na mtu yeyote. Nilikubali uamuzi wa Wakenya na nikashikilia upande ya upinzani tukiwa na Mheshimiwa Bahari na wengine. Na mnajua hata wakati tulikuwa ndani ya upinzani hatukuacha wale ambao tulikuwa pamoja nao. Wakati kulikuwa shida upande huu, mimi na Bahari tulizunguka hata tukiwa upinzani kuleta usaidizi ule tulikuwa tunaweza kuleta wakati huu. Tukasema ya kwamba hatuwezi kupoteza watu wetu. Tukazunguka kila eneo ya kaunti hii ya Isiolo kwa sababu ya shida ya mwananchi. Kwa sababu tunaamini kazi ya kiongozi sio kupiganisha Wakenya, lakini ni kuwatetea wakati wako na shida na ndio waweze kuondoa shida ambazo wako nazo.
Piga kura, mliambiwa iko form 34B. Mliambiwa iko mahali ya kuweka sahihi. Mliambiwa kuna mahali itapigwa muhuri. Mlipiga kura, hamkupiga kura. Sisi tunawaambia kotini ya kwamba wenye kuamua rais wa Kenya ni Wakenya hawa, sio kotini. Ni kotini inaamua rais ama ni nyinyi?
Wakenya ni wale, wembe ni ule. Sisi hatuna shida, tutarudi kwa Wakenya tukiongozwa na Mwenyezi Mungu. Tutawaomba Wakenya tena wajitokeze, tutawaomba kura yao tarehe 17. Tuhakikishe ya kwamba mzee huyu sasa tumupeleke nyumbani, asikuja kusumbua Ruto 2022.
Bwana Chebukati, sikia kutoka Eldoret, sisi watu wa Rift Valley hatutaki mchezo. Hiyo mikutano unafanya usiku na wakora koma, na utiletee vitisho. Tunataka kura tarehe 17 mwezi wa 10. Ikifika saa 2 asubuhi, huyo mtu wa kitendawili atakuwa amekwenda nyumbani. Unamwambia bwana kitendawili, Uhuru Kenyatta ndio rais na mimi ndio deputy president. Watoto wa Kenya watafanya mtihani, my friend.
Kila mtu atauchukua. Panga tukutane kwa msema kweli, na msema kweli ni debe.
Nairobi tunakubaliana na Uhuru Kenyatta.
Political headache coming to you at 7:30. Am I supposed to be on? I am supposed to be on. Thank you very much, people of the internet, for joining us tonight. It is 7:30, and you know that when it is 7:30, it is political headache from the city of glasses, the county of Nairobi. Okay. Today I'm in the studio with a lot of, I don't know whether they will allow me to say that they're young people. I am going to be with Odhiambo. Odhiambo was again celebrating the birthday of Mama Ida today. He went to Karen, left me behind because I've been instructed by Mama Ida to go there the first thing tomorrow morning to explain myself why I am talking badly against some people that have led us for a long time. Now, people of the internet, the question that keeps arising, by the way, His Excellency the President Dr. William Samoei Ruto was in State House on the 21st of this month. I think that's about two days ago, and he had a long-range interview with the Sunday Nation, and he talked about his problems that he has had with the former President, Mr. Uhuru Kenyatta. This seems to be going on even today. Uhuru had a lot of things to say. And today we are going to be looking at the issue that the president, and if you look at the videos that were played, there used to be a romance, a bromance sort of between the two men. But at what point did they actually decide to go the different ways? We're going to be talking about that today with Odhiambo Tieno, and I'm going to be having a support cast, big one. Today I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, are you Gen Z?
Yes, I am.
All right, good. Okay.
He should use his mic.
He's forgotten to use his mic. Yeah, he will use it later on. So people of the internet, that is what we are going to be discussing today. And I'm hoping that the gentleman that I have here will be joining me. But there are so many people that have joined from the internet. I want to say hi to them as I welcome them. Mr. Evans Odhiambo is tuned in from Mombasa. Thank you very much for joining. Rafael Warioba, as early as usual, thank you very much. We have Mr. Adongo, Lawrence Adongo or Odongo. Good evening, the people of the internet. Jagera, I thought you were not streaming today. Didn't receive any notification, but I'm glad you guys are here and looking forward to a fruitful discussion. Alafu anasema one time. All right. I don't know what is this guy is called Thorn. Pathetic how the old guard are trying to explain to themselves why Edwin Sifuna shouldn't be the 6th president of Kenya. Then we have Rono. Emmanuel tuned in from Eldoret. Thank you very much, Mr. Rono. Wanga Jimmy Gate tuned in from Soi, Eldoret. Brano Chieng, Odhiambo, the government apologies, has a lot to say today with regards to Uhuru. Right, Brano Chieng saying that thank you. Jagero, think of making your lives super chat. Bwana. Wewe kama unataka kunitumia pesa, nitumie tu pesa bwana. You know we have got a till number. Wewe tuma pesa. I should not be a beggar. I saw the people's bench and the Gwino was talking to Honorable Diek and he was saying, he's a beggar. Did you see that one?
He's a beggar.
Okay, we have Rono saying tuned. We have Kevin Owaga saying hello, people of the internet. Jambo Wood County, Jagero watching from Doha, Qatar. Thank you very much. We hope that Iran is no longer having trouble with you guys. Kevin Owaga, Mika Nicola saying, Jagero, kindly check your mic. My mic has a problem. unasema iko sawa. Tanui from Kasa tuned in. Hello people of the internet, tuned in from Kiambu kama kawaida. Gitonga, Gitari, Uhuru and Ruto are playing the same game they did on Raila to the United Opposition. Right? And somebody else is talking about my mic. Your mic, Jageru. Was it having a problem before? Or time ilikuwa nimeturn? Okay. Right. There are so many people here. I want to welcome my guest. I want to start with Mr. Onsongo.
Yes.
What do you think about our politics today, especially the politics of your two grandfathers, Mr. Uhuru Kenyatta and Ruto?
Well, I wouldn't refer to both of them as my grandfathers.
They essentially are your grandfathers, right?
No, considering Ruto's
age.
daughter, the youngest daughter, is not that older than me.
Oh, okay.
She must be
come
younger.
Come closer to the mic.
Okay.
Come close to the mic. Yeah.
She must be younger.
Okay.
But we are living in a polarized time.
Okay.
We are not certain of the times to come because the political landscape is shaky. Unlike the way many people sit optimistic and knowing that it's just one term, for them they're expecting a new dawn. I still know of people who are two term. I mean, I've met some today.
Yeah.
And I've met people who are not willing to say, would say they stand on. But I really suspect that they're also two term. Either way.
You suspect that this guy is of two term, the one who is seated there?
I'm not sure about him. But I'm certain about him.
You're certain about him? Okay.
I'm certain about him.
Mmekutana mahali?
We've just met our outsider.
Oh, ukasikia vile anaongea.
Nikasikia akisema mimi ni Mkenya, neither one term nor two term.
All right.
Kaja he just wants to be politically correct.
All right.
Yes. But with the current political landscape, I know that these are trying times because of the uncertainty that we're experiencing.
Okay.
We don't have a path that even the polls can tell us this is the way we are going, especially at such a time that we can't trust the polls. And we are going into a pre-election conflict period because that is what I'm experiencing right now with the issues that have happened since last week from Homa Bay to Western region with the burial of the late Honorable, his name again?
Halwale's wife.
Yes, wife. Yeah. With whatever happened there, with Kajwang coming out to apologize. You see, we are not yet certain of the direction that people are taking. So as of now, I don't think we can come out and clearly say this is the path that we think that people are going to take. Okay. So it's just polarized. Yes.
Faith Ken, how are you doing?
I'm fine, Jogero. How are you?
I'm all right. Your government, how is it doing? I know that you're a supporter of two-term and unapologetically so. How is your government doing? Is it? I see you know those studs, silver studs, beautiful lipstick. I mean, you're looking good. You're not like the rest of us.
The lip combo. The lip combo is.
You're not like the rest of you.
You're not like the rest of us. Sisi tunasafa.
The bearded man.
Yeah. The bearded man.
Yeah.
All right, Jogero. My government is doing. My government. Wow. But the government is doing very well.
Come closer to the mic a little bit.
The government is doing great. And just to get in what you asked about the current state politically, it's a state where I think emotions are very high from both sides, starting from the grassroots to the top, because we see what has been happening for the ground in campaigns and then on the media. So emotions have been everywhere, and there's so much uncertainty and also optimism as well. Especially me, I'm very optimistic with my government because of how I see things have been running. So yeah, so we're doing well.
Yeah. What do you think about what the government should have done? Because a lot of people have blamed your government for the fracas that happened in Homa Bay, that the government should have done something about the violence there. Do you think that the government should have done something? Well, Murkomen has not said anything about it. PS has not said anything about it. Both the interior government, part of the government have not said anything about it. Why do you think that is the case? Number two, a lot of the agencies were used in the Homa Bay violence. What do you think about that?
First of all, I think what the government should have done, the government did it, because Murkomen said very well, 2 days to the maandamano, the Linda Mwananchi in Homa Bay, he said very well that security itakuwa top notch. The PS assured people that it will be very safe. And even the security actors on the ground, like the county commissioner, the commanders, all were very certain that it will go very well. But what I would want to talk about is now the whole thing, how it happened, because saying or putting the blame on one side of the government, that is, that the goons were from the government side. But we can see clearly from the videos, we see some videos Orengo telling people to endeni side, you know. We see on the other side the likes of Babu Omino akambiwa merawadhi uru, you know. So everyone was pulling from their side, and then now the Kaluma's utterances as well. So it was like people were in a war, and you know, in a war, there's no winner. There's just casualties. And it happened that, so unfortunate that the casualties are the young people who are there. So in this case, I feel we should not, so we should stop putting the blame on the government and now go back and look at this problem from the root causes, because you see the governor, we see the MPs, we see the Linda Mwananchi team. Everyone should stop the politics of goonism, because there is no winner. And now to the young people, because you carry young people from certain area, you take them to Homa Bay, na huko ndo wanapigana, and now people, you know, you have there with medical bills and all. So yeah, it's not about what the government should have done, because the government placed all the measures that they were required to do. But now these were people who were already going there armed and ready for war. And you could tell how they were saying before the protests, they were very sure that tutaenda hapo whether mpende msipende, tutakuja Homa Bay, you wait for us, you know. So they were already armed with their own goons, with their own soldiers, and now, yeah. So everyone to hold their horses. The politics of goonism to watch it, because the casualties are the young people. And these are citizens of these countries. These are our young people. We might need them again in 2027, but now tukiwaua saa tena wote.
Yeah. What do you, as I'm assuming that you're a Luo from Nyanza, and as a Gen Z from Nyanza, what do you think about the politics of your region? You like it? You don't like it? By the way, are you in ODM? I'm in UDA. UDA? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. What is the difference?
The difference is this is UDA and that is ODM. So I can ask you what you're doing to me.
You're putting you on the spot.
Yeah, this is something he did last time.
But can I ask on someone, do you think there is a difference?
Okay, there isn't.
There isn't.
Well,
you think there isn't?
It's a very grey area.
Yeah.
Maybe because she's in there, she knows which is lighter than the other.
Yeah.
But
what is the difference between? Let me ask you then. What's the difference between UDA and ODM at the moment? Because I thought there was a difference between them before 2020, before 2024.
Okay.
2024 June. But now, is there a difference?
There's a very big difference. First of all, one is ODM and another one is UDA.
Okay.
There is a clear difference.
But ideology?
Ideology is also different.
Okay.
We do our things differently as a party. I wouldn't want to speak on behalf of the party because I'm not the party leader or the chairperson. But there's a very big difference. Though right now we're in broad-based, so UDA and government and ODM are like twins and partners. Yeah, but it's there's a difference.
All right.
So talking about our politics as a young person from Nyanza, I don't like how our politics are being conducted, especially with the war and the violence and the chest thumping. And now that it's hard to question our leaders coming from Nyanza, and that you portrayed as a hater or something like that. Because if you're going to talk about leadership and voting Ruto for the second time, then I believe we should also hold the same standards we're setting for President William Samoei Ruto should start from the ground. And now telling us to term, and we don't want to question the road down there, the hospital there, you know. So it becomes hard because when you start talking about these things, you come out as someone who is against our leaders. So I don't like how we are conducting our politics, because you see, even initially it was very bad, kidogo, but now they're trying to reduce it, but still, like the goonism, it's still there. So I think we placed it in a hold somehow, and then now returned back to it. So I don't like how our politics has been conducted in Nyanza.
Okay, I want to go to Mr. Black Mamba. You can have your mic. You can have your mic. People of the internet, each and every day I bring new agencies to the studio, Political Headache, so that I can hear what they have to say. And one of the things that I've always wanted to tell people of the internet is that I want you guys to be going slow on each and every person that is on this podcast, because some of them are their first time being on a podcast. And I remember, people of the internet, when I wanted to be a journalist, it was very difficult for me to even go past the gates of some of these radio stations, some of these TV stations. I remember trying to go to the Standard Group. It was like a castle. You don't get in. The first thing they ask you when you get in there is the soldier is asking you, how can I help you? And that is the most difficult question to answer. When Odhiambo, you can come this way. Very good, very good. Odhiambo is here, bringing us goodies from Amaida. I hope you made my name look better. Because look at
I am seeing Sylvester Mboya saying that you should have used the visitor to apologize.
To mend fences. Okay. Let me go to Mr. Black Mamba. What is your real name, by the way?
Thank you, Mr. Jagero.
Yeah.
For those who might not know me, I am John Okinyi, Gen Z.
All right.
Yeah.
Born which year? 2000 or 1990 or 2001?
I know I'm born 1998.
1998.
These millennials
Not
always
that young.
claiming that. These millennials.
Yeah, that is the first one. That is Joaquin, by
They're
the way.
calling themselves late millennials.
No, I think they are. Gen Z starts in 1997, right? Correct?
97.
Yeah, it starts 1997.
I'm in there.
So they are fine. He's just fine. Yeah.
Okay. If I can weigh in
Okay.
on the issue of politics we are witnessing in our country currently, the temperature actually is rising.
All right.
Yeah. Normally in times like this, we normally witness these things. So it is okay. I can say it is very okay.
All right.
First, I'm a two-term guy.
You're a two-term.
Guy.
You're saying that in the first sentence, eh?
Yeah, in government.
You're a two-term.
Yeah, I'm a
What
two-term guy.
exactly? Put that closer to you a little bit.
Yes.
What does that mean? You are two-term. You want the president to go back in.
Yes, I'm fully supporting the Ruto's government.
Okay.
Fully, because of the things actually has done.
Okay.
Yes.
What has he done?
Ruto has done tremendous job in this country.
Yeah, but what?
Some.
What has he done? I don't see.
We have Shah is working.
Shah is working.
Yes, and also we have Talanta.
Right there.
Yes, right there.
Okay.
And several that I might not count here. Yeah.
Okay. I want to get to the gentleman here. You can have your mic. We have this gentleman. I don't know who is supposed to be on the camera. Let's have just wait a little bit. I would like to know your name, and I will ask you whether you are. I don't think I'm going to ask whether you're one term or two term, but I'm going to allow you to introduce yourself properly. Go ahead. We are fine. We are fine now. You can go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Jagero, and the political leadership fraternity.
Yes.
For having thought of this good idea. I go by the name Brian Omondi Ochieng.
Okay.
Brian Omondi Ochieng is a Kenyan citizen.
All right.
An active youth.
All right.
Yes, and I also double up as the Secretary General, United Youth Front.
United Youth Front.
Yes.
All right.
That's who Brian is.
That's who Brian is.
Yes.
How do you put food on the table, Mr. Brian?
I'm a young entrepreneur.
Sharp boy.
just an entrepreneur or a pender entrepreneur.
This one is a sharp boy.
This is a sharp boy.
This one is sharp.
I would want to know what the broad-based youth front is. It's talked about something. You said what front? The SXG that they organize with and represent?
The United Youth Front.
The United Youth Front, yes. Be careful of the glass. Yes.
Yeah.
United Youth Front. What do you do at United Youth Front?
Okay, at United Youth Front, we are trying to convince our people to shy away from the divisive politics.
All right.
That has been part and parcel of our day-to-day politics.
Okay.
Currently, we hear the one term, the two term.
We want that glass. Bring his glass, please.
It's okay. Currently, we hear the one term, the two term, but you know, the ironical thing about it, we're in the same country.
All right.
And we believe we are having a government as a people.
All right.
But these politicians, they frequently come up with divisive narratives to split us.
Okay.
But at United Youth Front, we believe that for Kenya to move forward, we need to converge our efforts.
Okay.
So that Kenya can move ahead. Yeah.
All right. So I want to go to Mr. Mohammed, who is Mr. Mohammed. How are you doing?
I'm very good, Jagero. How
Just
about
know
you?
that I think you are out of the camera, so you're fine. You're fine. Go ahead. What do you think? How are you feeling today?
First of all, I appreciate the fact that the retired President William Samoei Ruto, President Uhuru Kenyatta,
yes,
actually made a speech today, and it was more of advocating for inclusivity, and it was giving or vesting the democratic right to the citizens. That in as much as we have a lot of political hypes, political activities going around, 1 term, 2 term, I am so and so. In as much as there are all these noises going around, then you as the citizen, the power vests on you. It's you who make the democratic choice of who should run this government. And I do appreciate, as a statesman, for making such utterances, because the expectation was Uhuru will stand on a podium and will speak about divisive politics, will speak about, he has been labeled as a sponsor, and and as I have told you earlier, Jagero, Kenya's political ecosystem is shaped by wrong narrative. Okay. And people consume these narratives just like fast foods, and it's dangerous. I don't know what kind of brains do we possess, but that was the narrative that was perceived by the public. But he really challenged the narrative. He spoke as a statesman, he spoke as an elder, and he spoke as someone who has a future, who wants a good future for this nation called Kenya. So that's what I can say. Also, number 2, what I can say is that Kenya is at a delicate crossroads. As we approach 2027, there are a lot of political realignments going on. But those political realignments, Jagero, are not important to the citizen. What is important to the citizen is what manifesto do you have? The political realignment that you are talking about, how does it anchor the priorities of Kenyans? What plan do you have for education? What plan do you have for health? Again, we have economic pressure on one end. Okay, the other worst thing that is going on is in the security issue, and I want to challenge that lady there who is a government supporter. And in as much as I support the government, but CS Murkomen actually made a very wrong statement.
When?
Actually, there was a video that was going around when he said, kama ulisikia kuna guns, bona wewe unaenda. As someone who is a minister for interior, it is very wrong.
He actually said that.
Yeah. He said it.
Yeah, but kama unajua kuna guns, bona unaenda.
Unasikia kuna guns na bado unaenda.
Jagero, as I have said, I'm a 2-term supporter. I support President William Samoei Ruto.
Yeah.
But if there is a problem, we will address it and we will challenge, because we don't want things that will bring a bad image to the president. What he said was wrong. As a minister for interior, you need to address the issue, and by addressing the issue, you are not supposed to be biased. You have to be impartial. You address the issue and you address both stakeholders at an impartial angle. So what I can say
but
is
what do you think he would have said? What could he have said about what happened in Omabay as the interior minister? Put yourself in his shoes. What should he have said?
Okay, perfectly. If I could have put in his shoes, I could have performed more better than what he is doing now. Because, just a simple analogy, Jagero, if our police can go to Haiti, bring stability in Haiti, then what is enabling us not to cure this problem of goonism? Am I not making sense, Jagero?
Yeah, the people of the internet will judge you.
You see, that's the angle we need to view this thing. If our troops are going out of the country to cure our other problems, why are we not curing our own problems? That's now how I could have answered if I were on his shoes.
Yes. All right, thank you very much. Mr. Odhiambo, how are you doing?
Amazing.
Yeah. Tell me about what happened there. I missed. How was the party? Was it good? Tell me about it. How was it?
Beautiful.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Very nice.
Yeah. That's all you're going to say?
He spent all his time apologizing on your behalf.
The rest is off the camera. It is between me and you.
Me and you?
Yes.
Really? What is going on?
We have to have a talk. But it was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Talk about what?
Mama is beautiful at 76.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Okay.
She carries with her the grace of a mother, of course. And, it is very difficult after the death of Raila, Mama handling the whole establishment of the friendships that Raila held.
You mean the estate?
Not the estate. The friendships.
The friendships.
That Raila held. The family together. And also navigating politics. I've always said before that I think ODM would be in a better place with Ida as its party leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, and perhaps even the deputy president of this country.
The deputy president?
Yeah.
You see, and crazy things sometimes.
Of course. Because if you believe in something, you just go crazy about it. And there's nobody who has ever been successful. There's nobody who has ever been successful by being wishy-washy. If you want to be successful in anything, you must be obsessive about it.
Yeah.
And I believe that she would bring a lot of good wealth of administration, leadership, especially leadership, and stabilization to the government. Maybe if there was something to be considered. But yeah, it was beautiful. We had so many people coming on. We had the PS for culture. I think she's called Umi Bashir. We had a Luga there. We had amazing people. Karen Nyamu, I saw her for the first time. She was quite tall.
Luga?
Yes.
Luga is, there's a problem with this camera. We have not put the right settings for this camera. Yeah, I think so, but he will get it.
Yeah, I saw we had the women rep from Laikipia. Such a young girl. I was surprised. She's so young. She's like 35 or 36 thereabout. Very, very young. That is Jeluplimera Dimara Ngwendonge.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so many more. We had the governor there, Gladys Wanga came.
Oh, it is that? I should have been there for sure.
Yeah, I should have been there. Mama asked about you.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she did. She asked me, where is your friend?
Where is your the one for whom I cooked lunch yesterday.
Yeah, and she's invited you to come and take some little tea and see how
she's going to quarrel me.
No, she won't. She won't.
She's going to quarrel me.
She won't. She likes you.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see about that. So you have heard what Faith Ken has said. Faith Ken is a supporter of the government. Mr. Nsongo is a supporter of Matiang'i. And,
He's a supporter of?
Matiang'i.
Okay. Are you a supporter of Matiang'i?
I'm in Linda Mwananchi.
Oh, you're in Linda Mwananchi?
Yes.
But not a supporter of Matiang'i?
You don't support Matiang'i?
Geopolitically, I do.
Geopolitically?
I do.
So that's another way of talking about tribe.
At the end of the day.
Are you actually giving it a new term?
Don't you see it's relevant? I mean, it is relevant.
Right?
Yes.
That's really huge.
Geopolitics.
Can I indulge you a little bit when you say that geopolitically, yes, what does that mean? What exactly does that mean? That you support Linda Mwananchi and you also support Matiang'i, but in a different way. What does that mean in the bigger scale of things? Let's talk about the presidential elections. What happens if we have the gentlemen both going head to head? What do you do then?
I'll stay loyal to the party.
Linda Mwananchi?
Yes. But the thing is,
okay,
as we talk about Matiang'i, this is a man who has proved himself time and again.
Matiang'i.
Time and again, to be very proficient at whatever he does. 2013, he came into the cabinet, ICT. He performed. We can't disagree on that.
Okay.
There is no one who can stand against that. Between the battle of analog and digital. We move on until the time where he was the cabinet minister for education. He still did the very best, especially when it comes to exam malpractices. I remember the first time he was in office for that, there were a lot of cheating cases. Then he came forth and admitted, unlike many cabinet ministers, that is one thing he did. He admitted the malpractices and he promised that he'll definitely, next time, he'll make sure that there'll be none. And truth to whatever he said, there was none. And that is why when he comes forth and say, if you trust me, and give me the chance, I will not disappoint.
Okay.
I think he's a man I can trust. Number two, I think Nyanza region on its own, now let me talk of geopolitics.
Okay.
We are in a place where it's very volatile politically. Saying that, I mean, you see the kind of politics that we experience in Nyanza are majorly abrasive politics, okay? Especially South Nyanza.
Okay.
You see, so having a man from that side will really help people actually come to understand that, number one, there must be cohesion within the region, the large Nyanza region, and number two, the abrasive politics, I think, will be toned down and people will be able to work properly. Number three, most of the revenue that is collected in Kisii County comes as a result of it being the central pathway towards this city from the Nyanza region. Okay, so it will definitely push him to work to develop even the larger Lower Nyanza region, which is Yemen-like currently, to develop further. So geopolitically, Nyanza will be, the whole Nyanza, Lower Nyanza, South Nyanza, and then the Kisii part of it will be benefited from that. And number two, we'll have a man who will stand to fix things in the nation. Yes.
So your thinking is, and I hope Fetken, I want you to understand what he's talking about. Is it correct that you're saying, okay, I want Sifuna to be president,
yes,
but I also want Matiang'i to be part of that presidency so that he can bring in his expertise, his ability to make things move? Is that what you want?
Precisely.
Oh, that's what you want.
That's what I want.
Fetken, what do you think about Matiang'i? And South Nyanza, he's actually placing him squarely in South Nyanza that he can be geopolitically. Who do you support, by the way, when you are expecting the president? Well, you are Nilot, but in Nyanza, who is your leading person, by the way, right now? He has Matiang'i for Kisii. Who do you have in Luoland?
Apart from the president?
Yeah, who do you have in Luoland that you look up to?
Dr. Raymond Omolo.
But Dr. Raymond Omolo, okay.
Yeah.
A politician. Dr. Raymond Omolo is yet to come out and say that he wants to be.
Apart from the president, is Omolo.
Yeah. Nobody else.
Nobody else.
You don't like those people down there.
No, I love some of them.
Okay, give me your number two after Raymond Omolo.
After Raymond Jagero. You think about
Odhiambo, is that a fair question?
No, it's
it is.
not.
Yeah, it's a fair.
Let her answer the question.
I mean, who? Because this is very interesting that there are people that we are always talking about in Nyanza. You don't fancy them.
No,
and as a Gen Z, this is really worrying.
I don't.
You don't.
Who do you fancy in Nyanza? Let me ask you that question. Apart from,
you're assuming that I also fancy Raymond Omolo.
No, I wanted to say, apart from Raila, then I realized you don't even fancy him in the first place.
Okay.
So who do you fancy in Nyanza?
The person that I fancy in Nyanza? That's a tough call.
Okay.
I saw your Odhiambo's friend today, the senator of Homa Bay, is it?
Kajwang, yes. Yeah, very sober human being.
Right?
Very sober.
So you fancy him?
But is the senatorship useless? Are we going to really see the real him?
He's been very effective at the Senate.
Oh, is that so?
Very effective.
Yes, he has been.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's a person who is actually making sure that devolution is implemented to the grassroots level.
Oh, beautiful. I've seen him.
You should have a sit down with him. Invite him once. I will give you his number.
Hey. But Luo leaders don't want to come to my podcast. I don't know why.
No, just welcome. They will come.
They will come.
Even Gladys, you should call her tomorrow. I will send you a number. She's around.
Well, I have a number.
Yeah, talk to her. Talk to her.
Okay.
Host her. But the guy, the senator is good.
The senator is good.
You will enjoy the conversation with him.
Okay, so for you fancy the senator?
No, I don't know him much. But I don't fancy the noisy ones.
But Jagiru fancies himself.
No.
Okay, so for me in Nyanza.
No, but I am not a narcissist.
No, you're not a narcissist, of course. But you fancy yourself.
No. But the question is very specific.
Okay,
Who do I fancy in Nyanza? I don't fancy many of them because I think that they have done us a big disservice. But I think I like some small ones. People who are inconsequential like Odhiambo.
Nyamita.
For the first time I saw Nyamita on TV and I really loved him.
Yeah, Nyamita is good. Nyamita is good.
I really loved Nyamita.
David
so I think
is another
Nyanza
one.
have two. I have Nyamita, Omolo, and now the president. And Ruto is not from Nyanza. Yeah.
How about David Chieng? Have you?
I don't know him.
You should also have a meeting.
Who
with
is he
him.
right now in the government?
He's the leader of MDG and the member of parliament
party
for
leader MDG.
Yeah, and the member of parliament for Ugenya constituency.
Oh, okay.
Quite a gentleman. You'll also enjoy conversation with him. He's a man who has a plan for whatever he does.
Yeah.
Great gentleman. We have so many good leaders. Otiende Amolo is one other very sober leader. Millie Mabona.
Who is Otiende Amolo?
Beautiful. He's an advocate and is the former ombudsman and the current MB for Arieda.
MB for Arieda.
One of the people who I genuinely thought should have taken leadership.
Otiende Amolo has decided to distance himself from the politics of Luwe Nyanza in a very big way. Why?
Well, he doesn't find his feet within
the two leaders.
Does he feel like he's bigger than the politics that's going on now?
It is true, it's bigger than the politics going on right now. This is the people measuring their things. It's bigger than people measuring their things, for sure.
Yeah, because I feel like there are so many Luo leaders that have just decided to we're gonna get out of this.
Yeah, we're gonna stay out of the lane. This is not our war. Because I mean, somebody senior like Millie Mabona, Otiende Amolo, even that David Chieng guy, even Mark Nyamita, these people who are a little bit sober and who are more focused towards what the people are doing. Yeah. They keep off.
But you see, but something that that Nyamita said on TV the other day that caught me by surprise was very interesting. That he said that I am going to go for the nominations of ODM, and if I feel that it is fair, I am going to shake the hands of the hand of my opponent and wish him good luck. But I feel like if I feel that it has not been fair to me, then I will go out and vie through independent ticket or any other thing. And that is very interesting because Nyamita is a very senior member in that clique. So Nyamita is somebody who even speaks with the president. Nyamita is part of the delegation that actually went to status with Ojienda and the rest of them. But if Nyamita can actually say that he might be played at the nomination level, what does that say?
ODM this time around does not have the stabilizing factor. So who can play people here? The people are going to be con women and con men here in this ODM. We know them. We know them. People who think that now they're powerful in the party.
Oh, yeah, but we know them. Do you know?
And you know me, I'm not afraid of telling them, and they know. And I've told them even in person.
But I'm going to ask you a question because I think that somebody talked to me about the nominations of ODM in 2020 for the 2027 election, and I thought it's going to be dirtier.
Very.
Dirtier than before.
Very, because the people who there are three groups of people in ODM.
Okay.
One are the youths, the ones who still have hope in the ideals of ODM. Unfortunately, most of them are going with Sifuna.
Okay.
Because they believe.
Joel.
I don't know. He has never been an ODM member. I don't know.
No, Joel. Which one? The one that was here yesterday.
I've never seen him anywhere in ODM.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'm talking about the active ones that I've seen at the party HQs.
Okay.
I've never seen him, genuinely. So we have those ones who are going with Lena Mwananchi. They believe in the ideals, but those ideals are not being held here as at now. Then there are those ones who believe that they're in the middle. They're saying, oh, when you're Kwapa Saizi, let's kick them out. Then we resurrect the spirit of ODM. And those are people like me. We're so many. We know that these cartoons want to joke with us. They want to kill Baba's party. We know them. We are so many, by the way. The only challenge is that we are measured in strategy.
Okay.
Because we know this is the last bid. These cartoons whose hands were held somewhere, who are now sitting in some positions. We know them. Then there are those ones now who are occupying power.
Okay.
Who are clinging and who are using the party very badly to their own selfish interests. One of them is Opondo Kaloma. To their selfish interest, absolute selfish interest. In fact, they're telling people you're not a member of ODM.
Okay.
And you're wondering who told you that we're not members of ODM. There's another one from Moma Bay again called Ogindo. He comes from Dewa. A man who cannot speak English wants to be an MP. A man who cannot even spell his name properly.
Currently is what?
He's an MCA.
Oh, he's an MCA?
Yeah. And you look at him.
Majority leader.
Majority leader. You wonder what majority is in India.
Spell majority.
Yeah, I saw him.
Super majority.
You know, I saw him read a speech the other day.
So he's a super MCA.
It's not a super MCA. It's a caricature of what MCA should be.
Okay.
It's a mock. It's a mockery of what democracy should be. If the people of Ndiwa happen to elect Ogindo to be an MP to represent them, the people of Ndiwa, right now they're very far behind in terms of even roads. They're very far behind. The roads look like shamba. If they make a mistake to elect someone like Ogindo, who has no people relation skills, whose only claim to fame is that he is a leader of majority in Umabei County Assembly, and he cannot even speak about any issue that affects people of Ndiwa.
So when he comes to parliament, he will be sleeping.
He will be doing nothing. You look at him, and I'm sorry to say this, you look at him, and you see problems. Walking is an embodiment of problems.
What does that mean?
Have you ever seen somebody and you see problems?
Well, but you could spell it out.
Yeah. Like Jagero, have you ever met somebody?
Okay.
And you see problems? I don't know if this question is too difficult.
Is it the energy?
The energy is so bad.
Is the energy?
And it behaves like it's so forceful because it's very close to Gladys. Seeing that some of us here don't talk to Gladys. We talk to her even at night when he's already asleep. And he wants to elbow people away from the party chairperson.
Okay.
And he wants to walk everywhere else. He should limit himself within Ndiwa because he's an MCA in Ndiwa. We don't want to see him focus on other areas. Okay? And those people, we know them, Ogindo, Kaluma, and that team which is very overzealous about ODM, heads over heels. We know they don't have the interest of ODM at heart.
So why don't you just move to Linda Mwananchi?
No.
And leave it.
Linda Mwananchi is beautiful.
Okay.
Linda Mwananchi has its people who are going there.
Okay.
But we believe that ODM still has a future. We will correct these issues. It's just a few days to election. After this nomination and this election, ODM will come back. Let these crooks go away. You will see. Yeah. And Ruto must give us only one thing. Pseudo-democracy in Nyanza. So that we clean up ODM.
What is pseudo-democracy?
I've told you before.
No, I forgot.
Let him allow people to contest. Even zoning.
Yeah,
wachane nayo. Wakisema zoning sawa, wafanya zoning on paper. Ati zoning. Wacha Jagira contest independent. Nania contest pale. After hiyo, because you look at...
Wewe unataka kusimama wapi?
No, I'm not vying.
Okay.
You know ODM is the pride of this country. Every person sitting in this room will agree with me that if we look at our political structure and our political history, the most significant contributor to our democratic growth is ODM. In terms of initiating and bringing change in the democratic space, as far from NDP to when now it came to ODM, it is almost 25 years old, this party of ours. Yeah, it's 21.
Yeah, you can remember TNA came by the roadside.
Wakaenda.
TNU by the roadside.
Even UDA is not going to be there next year, I can tell you.
It's now suffering.
Yeah, they have to form a coalition, which means they cannot go as a strong party, as an individual party. But we cannot allow ODM to disappear.
In the next 10 years, who do you think are going to be the leaders of ODM? Kina Kajwang?
No. ODM must continue having its national. What we must do.
Do you dream of becoming a very substantial member of ODM? Like
I've always been a substantial member of ODM.
No. I don't know what I'm asking, but I think I'm asking you something else. Do you know? You understand? The English fails me, but you know what I'm asking.
You didn't go to school.
I think what I am asking is like a leader.
No.
Yeah,
that is for the people.
Not party leader. Not party leader. Yeah.
Like a big figure.
Some Junet in ODM.
No. You know the regime that Junet is presiding over is very different from the kind of ODM that we will have in the future. We'll have an ODM that is people-centered, an ODM that focuses on what needs to be done. And that ODM could be having the name ODM, or it could be having another cloth, but it's still ODM.
Yeah.
But we must maintain ODM.
Jagero.
Yeah.
Permit me to contribute something on what Odhiambo said.
Yeah.
And if my brother there thinks that Junet is somewhere, then I think he should revisit back and understand what real power means.
Okay.
When Machiavelli was defining power, he divided into two.
Okay.
There are those people whom power are given to. Jagero.
Yes.
I request you to be with me.
Yes, yes. We just need to pass Odhiambo the tea.
Okay.
We just need you to pass Odhiambo the tea. Please pass Odhiambo the tea.
Okay.
Odhiambo is very hungry.
I'm not very hungry. I just don't.
No, he's
sleepy.
just wants to take tea. Let us give him his tea.
Okay, we continue.
Yeah, old people and tea.
Jagero.
Let's continue.
He divided into two.
Okay.
There are those people whom power is given to, and there are those people who struggle to get power.
Okay.
And those are two different people. Now, Odhiambo divided the people that we have in ODM into two. I mean into three. I do the same. There are those people who have habitualized the tendency of them being given to power. Baba just come and say, I have endorsed this person as the MP for this constituency, and automatically the electorate, they will elect that person. Such a person, we cannot actually define that this person struggled to get power. This is someone who cannot understand the dynamics of power.
Okay.
But someone who struggled, like a good example is President William Samoei Ruto, all the way from an MP, from a CS, deputy president, and maneuvered, defeated, okay, and became a president. Number two, ODM is actually the biggest party that we have in Africa. The people talk of East Africa, but to me, I see it's the whole of Africa, because it has shaped what multi-party democracy means.
Okay.
Remember, today Kenya is a devolved governance system. Tell me a country in Africa that has actually how power has been decentralized from the national level to the county level. A good example, allow me to compare Somalia and Kenya. Somalia,
they are comparable.
Not comparable, they are just like day and night. Okay? But what happened there is, they have actually tried, they copied if they can implement devolution in Somalia, but it has
they have tried.
It has terribly failed. Permit me to finish, Jagero.
Okay.
And if there is no water, I'm admitting if you can give Jagero water there. It has completely failed. Why? Because them they have copied, they have regions.
Okay.
The regions, they have tried to term it as governors. Okay? But the governors have declared themselves presidential. Devolution has failed. So tell me,
everybody is saying that they are president.
Yes.
So like Nyong'o is a president.
So if now James Orengo declared himself as president, then we have President William Samoei Ruto. So how will two presidents then work together? That is co-president. So what I'm saying is, ODM has shaped what multi-party democracy means. Number two, it has actually shown Africa that devolution can work, and it has worked. You talked of Senator Ojwang. If it is not him, then how could we have known that 250 million has gone to a Christmas tea? 50 million has gone to a seedling? 1 million has gone to a crate of soda? How could we have known? That is now strengthening social accountability. So what I'm saying is, people have to understand what real power is, the dynamics of power, and the paradigm. And last, as I conclude.
Yes, and I also want to know your party. What is your party?
Okay, to me, I was in ODM. In 2022 general election, I was part of the secretariat that were in Garissa County. But automatically, you know, I'm one person and I have one value, and the value, if there is something cannot work, I cannot be, you know, in there. You know, I'm not missing mbuzi mwenye amefungiwa hapo. I have to walk and move. Okay. But still, I have a hope that the real ODM will revive back.
Correct.
I think everybody knows what happened to ODM in Nyanza, but what happened to ODM in that other part of the world?
Thank you for asking me that question. This is the answer. Actually, in 2022 general election, the entire Northeastern was Azimio. It was people, they were supporting Azimio. Okay. The entire Northeastern, one person that was supporting President William Samoei Ruto was Aden Duale. Okay. Then now, when the paradigms changed, a good example is the UDM party that I currently belong to. Okay. UDM party in 2022.
UDM Miliko Lovington.
Yes. UDM party.
Very shiny party.
Go easy on my political party.
Because it's a very shiny party.
No, you are actually correct. Even sometimes when I go to somewhere, I'm asked, UDM, is that a party or? Yeah. So what happened is UDM, they wanted to register themselves under the Azimio coalition. Okay. But they were denied.
Oh, really?
So automatically when President William Samoei Ruto was declared to be the president, then they got an opportunity. They went to Kenya Kwanza. Okay. Now, when President William Samoei Ruto then was officially declared to be the president, Northeastern now became an orphan. Now, CS Aden Duale used that as a political strategy to bring the northern brigadiers close to President William Samoei Ruto, to cure the issue of marginalization, of which to me is just a narrative, but that was a political strategy. Okay. That's why now after this happened, you know, the president.
So I want to ask you now. What is the idea? You are hoping that you go back to ODM.
I'm answering that. Now after that happened, that's now when president went actually took Madaraka Day celebration to Wajir.
Yes.
Now what is currently happening in northern Kenya, of which I request we can have a session on this, is there are some small politicians who are trying to outshine Aden Duale, not knowing that Aden Duale died with William Samoei Ruto.
Died?
Actually, he struggled with.
Okay.
So what I can say is
English one.
No, that's not English. He's actually speaking in Somali.
Yeah, but he's speaking Somali and translating in English. So he's speaking in English in Somali dialect.
Okay. As I finish,
go ahead,
what I can say is the real ODM will revive back, because I'm saying so because what I think is, and what I believe is, if you have an intention of doing something, let it take years and years, automatically you will do it. Correct. But if you don't have intention, and you are not sincere with your intention, and you are not honest with your intention, then automatically that thing will not last.
Okay, thank you very much. Should we go to our topic of today?
I think so.
We think so, yeah? Odhiambo, what is going on? We cannot play the video of the former president in Kakamega today. I think that would set the question for what that we are going to discuss today. You have it? Yeah, there is he's saying kama ni Ruto, watu wapige Ruto. Kama ni nani?
Kama ni kuomba kura, tuombe kwa amani. Wananchi wana ujuzi wa kujua. Wakisema wanataka Kalonzo ni Kalonzo. Wakisema wanataka Ruto ni Ruto. Wakisema wanataka Matiang'i ni Matiang'i. Wakisema wanataka Sifuna, Sifuna. Jameni chungeni. Mimi sitaki kuitwa sponsor bana. Mimi sitaki mambo mingi. Mimi nimesema ya kwamba chaguo ni la nani? Chaguo ni la nani? Na hakuna haja ya kulazimisha Mkenya yeyote kwenda upande huu au upande huu. Wakenya watajichagulia wenyewe. Na mimi naomba viongozi wa kisiasa, tuende kwa wananchi kwa amani. Tuhubiri yale ambaye tuko naye kwa amani. Hii mambo ya kuzuia wengine kufanya mikutano, ya kufanya nini ni kurudisha Kenya nyuma. Na tunataka kusonga mbele. Kama unataka kura, omba kwa unyenyekevu. Wananchi watakupatia ama wakunyime. Hata mimi niliomba na nikanyimwa. Nikarudi tena nikaomba nikapewa. Ama ni namna gani? Na watu wasiseme ya kwamba yale ambaye nasema mimi naingilia siasa. Mimi sina haja na kiti yeyote. Tunaelewana? Mimi nashukuru Mungu kwa ile miaka amenipea kuwa kwa uongozi, na nawashukuru wa Kenya kwa kunipatia hiyo nafasi. Hii nafasi sasa ni ya wengine, na Wakenya wenyewe ndio wataamua ni nani. Lakini wajue ya kwamba unajua kila mtu anaweza kusema anataka, lakini Mungu anaamua ni mtu mmoja peke yake. Wakitaka mema wajaribu kutafuta njia ya kuungana, watembee pamoja na waheshimiane. Si ni kweli? Tumekubaliana. Kwa hivyo kwa sababu ya hali ya anga, na bado kuna wengine labda mnataka kusikia.
All right, so Odhiambo and everybody else that is on this panel, on Friday 21st, William Ruto sat with the Sunday Nation at State House and did something he rarely does at length. He described step by step how he tried to make peace with Uhuru Kenyatta and ultimately failed. He said that he went to Ichaweri. He said that he carried the goats. He hosted the Uhuru at State House and walked him around the compound. And he says the answer every time was a no. All right? He wonders whether Uhuru keeps rejecting him, why Uhuru keeps rejecting him. All right? Is it that the president of Kenya, 1 year from the election, he expects to win a landslide? He's still measuring himself against a man who cannot appear on the ballot. So there is the first time they were in the same side was Moi's succession project, right? In 2002. Then 9th March 2018, there is a handshake. And then there is the 13 trillion issue. And then, I don't know, I want to give you an opportunity because this thing starts in 1999 to 1991. Do you want to take it from there? When do you want to start? Because I think the people of the internet need to know Uhuru Kenyatta and Ruto, where are they coming from? And how did they become the dynamic duo? And how did they become the despotic duo, according to Meguna Meguna? Right? According to Meguna Meguna. And, or if you don't like the word despotic, I can say, use another word. At what point did they, waliachana, at what point?
Yeah. This relationship is very interesting.
Okay.
But let's lay the background first, or the context, that Ruto gets into power by the introduction through Professor Julia Ojambo, who then was a Moi stalwart. Professor Julia Ojambo was then working at the University of Nairobi, if I'm not wrong, and she was bringing some of the youths to support the president. And that's how President Ruto gets into YK 92, but not formally yet. He was an operative around the Nyamweas, Jirongos, etc. But of course, in politics, one thing that you'd like for yourself is a person who is very efficient, who is reliable. And Ruto promises that. I think it's something he has from his history. He's very efficient and reliable when it comes to serving some interests. And Jirongo then picks him up and builds him. And then, of course, he moves around with Jirongo. At one time, he said himself that Jirongo anakasirika na mimi sababu nilikuwa mtu yake ya mkono. I later heard that
he has said it.
Yes. He said that
in public.
Yes. Alikuwa mtu yake ya mkono. Later hear that mtu yake ya mkono ilikuwa driver ya Jirongo. And that is very profound, that he used to move around with them. And I've told a story on this podcast where one time, Ruto was coming from the CU, the Christian Union of University of Nairobi. And he was sort of the chaplain of the YK 92, which means these troubled souls were looking up to him for salvation in terms of the word of God. And I've told you about the story where Moi fukuza the YK 92 team because they came to him drunk. And Ruto has never tasted alcohol. And that is where he brought them back. And when he brought them back to State House, Moi picked him and went with him into the holding chambers for about 30 minutes. And the rest of them were wondering, what is Moi talking to this gentleman about? But he was posing as their pastor, of course. And it was good. It was a good thing. From there, we again meet Ruto in 1997 elections.
Yeah.
And 1997 is where also we want to introduce Uhuru, so that we find the parallels.
Okay.
Uhuru is introduced to Gatundu South to become the MP, and divides on Kanu ticket and loses heavily. And then, of course, he sits in the cold as Ruto floors Chesire, who was a Moi's stalwart, one of the strongest believers.
In Eldoret North.
In Eldoret North.
Moi allows him.
Of course, Moi allows him because something sweet is what people fight for. Okay? And Chesire looks, and you see, they would ignore Ruto because he's 31 or 32.
Okay.
He's ignored, basically. And they underestimate him. But that's the biggest mistake that you can ever do in politics, to underestimate your opponent, especially the one that looks like they have nothing to bring to the table. They're the most dangerous ones, because the public psychology is that they will always side with the person who is being pursued, the underdog. So Ruto was the underdog of that election, and Chesire was flawed. And of course, it was one of the biggest news items then. Ruto gets into parliament, and Uhuru is still outside. He's not going into parliament.
Okay.
But Moi, by the rule of fiat, as I always like to say it, nominates Uhuru
No, in the year 2001.
Yes, I think somebody steps down for Uhuru from parliament. If it is not the former Jubilee chairperson,
okay.
What is his name? The guy who likes to get drunk.
Jubilee chairperson.
Was it Jubilee chairperson? Or who, do you remember him from Kikuyu land? There was,
Kieni.
No. I remember. It was Uhuru Badi Kabisa. Yeah? No. No. We'll find him. He likes getting drunk. He came. I think he dropped down. He stepped out. He stepped down for Uhuru Kenyatta, and he was nominated. If it was not him, that was Makto, either one of them.
Okay.
Then Uhuru Kenyatta comes to parliament and is made a minister. Okay, and that is when Moi starts.
Minister for what? For finance?
No, not a minister of finance. I think
finance. Kibaki would be the one to.
Yeah, Kibaki, I think, must have left finance by then, or he must be serving. I'm not sure. I'm not certain on that. But now, at that time, Uhuru is introduced to power for a specific reason. Moi had a relationship with the Kenyattas.
Okay.
And that relationship was that Kenyatta was the father, technically, political father of Moi. Because he gave Moi a lifeline. And then Moi became the president after his demise. And Moi maintained a very close relationship with Mama Ngina in terms of looking after her interests and then making sure that she's not embarrassed. Because power is very bad. If you leave power, your people could be embarrassed very badly. And I think he owes that allegiance to, one, Mama Ngina, and two, the Kenyatta family. And he decides to pick Uhuru to then go against the opposition that was now ranting. Moi had made a decision to leave power in 1997 and said it will come to the next election ndaenda kuwa mwananchi wa kawaida. I don't know if you remember that statement. It's very famous.
Yeah.
So we have Uhuru being endorsed in 2001 to be the candidate for KANU, and that makes the party go south. And remember, there was this gentleman called Professor Saitoti at Kasarani. When the names of the candidates who were going to be were being mentioned, his name was not there in the nomination list. And when Moi stood up to speak, I think he said, Saitoti, kama jina yako haiko.
Mbona alikuwa anasema hivyo? What was the problem?
Moi did not want Saitoti to
Yeah, but what did Saitoti do? Did Saitoti make noise?
So Saitoti did something very interesting. His speech is one of his statements. One of the statements that still is being used by politicians today.
Okay.
That when he stood to speak, he said, "I know many of you, especially my supporters, came here, but I'm going to disappoint you. There comes a time when a country, when a nation is bigger than an individual. So he swallowed his individualism and let the country lead. And then, of course, it was expected that it was going to support who? Uhuru. Yeah. But remember who was the Secretary General of KANU at that time? Tinga.
Tinga.
It was Tinga.
Yes. Okay. Before he left the camp.
After the cooperation agreement. So what happens? Tinga pulls the first one on who? On Moi.
Yeah.
And he walks out with the KANU machinery.
Yeah.
And goes and joins the original NAC, which was Ngilu and her group.
So Ngilu and her group. By the way, today Ngilu was in
Kitale.
In Kitale, yeah. With remembering her bosom friend Kijana Wamalwa. Go ahead.
So Raila pulls out and Saitoti joins him at Uhuru Park.
Saitoti and Nyachai.
Nyachai was actually, it's a long story, but I don't think it's necessary we discuss it today. Yeah. But of course, there's a lot of stories around Nyachai and Raila relationship. It was interesting. But that's in the shelves. For the purpose of this discussion, Raila pulls with Saitoti and they they join the rest of NAC at Uhuru Park. And what follows is that Kibaki is declared as Kibaki Tosha. In fact, he didn't formally declare. It was put as a question, but of course you and me know some things that maybe is not meant for these ears today. But yeah, it was declared that Kibaki Tosha, okay? And when it was declared that Kibaki Tosha, Uhuru knew. But by the time Uhuru was mentioned as the party candidate for KANU, the only man who was standing beside Uhuru was Honorable William Ruto, who was technically a greenhorn in politics by that time, as the vice president, running mate for Uhuru Kenyatta in 2002. And he has documented.
Is that so?
Yes.
Yes.
Faith, is that so?
Yeah.
Nambo is
Post
giving
two or
us the
two.
benefit of history.
That's true.
Yeah, really.
Why are you talking like Udowi? These are piglets, Udowi.
We are listening to the benefit of history.
Udowi is going to kill you. Yeah.
202.
Okay.
In 202, when Moi wants to step down from politics, he decided he'll hold Uhuru. And the most effective person that he had at that time, from YK 92, that he had seen and was very comfortable with, was William Ruto. So he actually asked William Ruto to lead this campaign, to charge for Uhuru Kenyatta.
Uhuru was looking wishy-washy, right? He was not his
Uhuru,
own man. He was
no. You can't say that.
Yeah.
Uhuru was a prince. A prince, even if he is in the ditch,
Yeah.
he's still a prince. You know, he will remain a commoner forever. But a prince will always.
In Mombasa, I remember.
Jagir is a commoner.
I remember this
It's all right. It's okay. Upali yaishi.
Kama kina mandevu sana.
Even if he gives his beard, he's still a commoner. No, commoner.
It's tough. Yeah. Go ahead.
There was one thing that was being done in Coast. I think they were launching something in Coast. Uhuru was there, Ruto was there, Moi was there. And actually, as you are saying, and a prince is still a prince, even though he's in a ditch or a pit, he's still a prince.
Yeah.
It is at that time that I also saw Moi come out strongly for Uhuru Kenyatta from the interview that I've watched. Of course, you know I wasn't there. Of course, both of
What
you know
did
I
he
wasn't
say in
there.
the interview?
He, after mentioning about the launch and everything, he brought forth Uhuru Kenyatta and talked of the years that he served under Mzee Kenyatta, saying that huyu ndio ataendeleza maendeleo. And he beckoned Ruto to support Uhuru Kenyatta.
Okay.
Yeah, so actually a correction. It was Musalia Mudavadi. I'm just checking my facts
it's
here.
Musalia Mudavadi.
It was
actually.
In Uhuru Park?
In 2002.
In 2002.
But
the deputy
Musalia
president-
Mudavadi, you know, is always good at doing nothing. And no, it is the fact.
It is Makto.
That Makto is the one who stepped down.
Is the drunker?
No, Makto is the one who stepped down.
Murathe is the one he was
Murathe is the one I was
referring
referring to. I was thinking it was Murathe. But it's Makto.
He's the one who stepped down
Yes,
for Uhuru.
for Uhuru.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
People of the internet were kungangari hapa wana.
Very, very good. I always love them. So, Nani, Mudavadi, of course Mudavadi, and Faith is saying Odhiambo. Me, Mudavadi does not help me in any way.
Okay.
Yeah, and it does not even help this regime anyway. Good for nothing. It's a good for nothing person in the regime.
You people of the government, you know people who are not helping you in government.
Of course, Mudavadi is not helping.
Okay.
Western is going and is there.
I saw Wetangula, fighting for his
Yeah,
life.
at least he's trying. Mudavadi is not even backing. Kata boy kidogo.
Wetangula alikuwa anasema Kalonzo alikuja kuchukua tiketi ya.
Sindio? You know, Mudavadi is not even backing surely. Back.
No, but here is
Nobody has perfected the art of consuming things in silence.
Yeah,
as long
bana.
as he's there, and he's getting the goods of him being there.
Yeah.
There is no reason for him to back.
All right.
Yes.
Black Mama wants to say something.
Yes, Jagero, if I may weigh on what Biambo is saying,
Yeah.
actually there is always this thing with our lawyer friends.
Okay.
They're always comfortable.
They're always comfortable.
Yeah.
Except Sifuna.
Yeah, Sifuna is a bit
And Halwale.
and Alwale, but the others they are a bit comfortable. I don't know why.
Okay.
Natembea.
Yeah.
All right.
And Natembea, he was back there. He was a bit strong, but now I don't know. I've not heard him for
All right.
some time.
Yeah. Oyambo, go ahead.
Yeah, so Ruto in 2002 is the most effective person in Uhuru's campaign. And remember, after the special branch, then it was not the National Intelligence Service, it was the special branch, informs President Moi that this election is lost. President Moi calls Ruto and team and does them write a concession speech. They expect a miracle, and Ruto has said it. We expect a miracle from Mzee, but Mzee alituita akatambia wewe andika concession speech, go and concede, and that is the only concession speech, actually presidential level, that has ever been done in this country. And they conceded.
Who read it? Uhuru Kenyatta.
Uhuru Kenyatta read
so
it.
Good at reading those speeches.
Yes, and it was Ruto who was by him. You didn't see Mudavadi colorless. I don't remember him, but maybe he was there during that reading.
Yeah.
Okay. So then this Ruto looks at Uhuru not as a person who is useless. He sees Uhuru somewhere in the future of Kenya in 202. Because Moi sees Uhuru somewhere. And Ruto loves who? Moi.
But politically speaking,
yes,
and looking at the life of Ruto and how he moves,
yes,
right? He moves with stealth.
Yes.
You know, and he knows when to say, because there is a story we are being told over, I don't know whether, I think we can just say that story of where the Maraga has just nullified the elections and they are panicking because Raila has said that there is no election in Nyanza. But by law, you must have votes cast, correct?
Yes.
And there is this story of told that they get into State House. Some of the Luo leaders that were told to, at least do something in Nyanza, get into State House. And the first person they meet seated down is Ruto. And Ruto is telling them the wards and the what is
the exact
called?
polling stations.
The exact polling stations.
That they need numbers.
Even the chiefs.
Ruto is very particular.
And Uhuru comes and his one eye is like this one. Mongena Ruto. He calls him William, actually.
Yes.
Mongena William. Kila kitu iko sawa. Sawa. Tuwanunulie chai.
So, yeah. I think Ruto...
So the question I wanted to ask you is, Ruto has been moving with stealth for a long time. And he knows when to... There is a song when you know when to fold,
yes,
and know when to hold.
I will not say Ruto moves with stealth.
Okay.
Ruto moves with organization.
Okay.
Ruto understands that for him to move, he needs a team, and so he starts assembling a team immediately after 202 that is going to take him where he wants to go.
202. That's a little two way back.
Yes, but I can tell you, most of the people you see around him, one of them being Farouk Kibet, he picks him around 202. And Kibet at one time was against him, but now Kibet joins him. Kibet was a ward, how do you call it, councillor in Uasin Gishu somewhere, but then later on he joined Ruto, and became one of the strongest believers. And remember, the machinery now around Ruto is largely organized by who? Farouk Kibet. Everybody, this newcomers, this one is saying, yeah, the real people around Ruto and Farouk Kibet. Okay? Of course, Ray was still young by then. Yeah? So Ruto organizes himself. And he knows that Uhuru is a what? A prince. And princes do not know how to work. They just sit. So they need a connector to the people. So he realizes this guy is my platform to move. So what does he do? He becomes loyal to who? To Uhuru Kenyatta. And creates a genuine friendship with him. Because he sees somebody that is going to be of value to. And Uhuru also sees Ruto and says, this guy looks like he has some good value for me. But then the divide comes in 205 when we have the banana versus orange. And yes. And 207 becomes very bad, of course. The events which are a dark cloud in this country.
Regrettable, as you
very, very regrettable. And in 207, they sit on the opposite sides. But as it's claimed by ICC, that they were very effective in whatever they were doing in either sides. I always feel, though, that they were both unfairly targeted.
Who?
Both Uhuru and Ruto. I feel
for the ICC thing.
There are people who actually did a lot of things who we know, these things, just that we like sugarcoating stuff. Yeah. But anyway, what under the bridge? So they find a common purpose. And it's a common purpose that is brought about by the interest that be. And that interest is, there's somebody behind Uhuru and somebody behind Ruto who sees a very important union, possibility of a union. Because remember, post-207, there was a lot of deaths and expulsion of Kikuyus from Kalenjin area. That is the lands there. And the same happened amongst Kikuyus. And the same happened amongst Luos. Yeah? Save for, I think, for us, I was there. In Luo land, we fear blood. These goons who are coming lately, I don't know, these ones are not Luos. Because Luo culture, you don't kill. But these ones who can just hack somebody's head. Anyway, Kikuyus were chased away from Luo Nyanza. I remember Ogingodinga Street was one time Kikuyu owned. No, those ones always do it. Those ones They don't have a lot of. You've ever heard of Nini? There's another team from Monsongo. Chinkororo.
No, I'm saying the Luos also chased them from Kisumu.
No. Kisses.
Yes.
No.
They were chased.
Where you were, they were chased. Us in Nyalenda, we never chased them.
You in Nyalenda, they were the only ones who were doing business in Nyalenda.
Yeah, they're the only ones who have the capital. We need them.
You have gone angry in Nyalenda.
Yeah, so anyway, post 2007 and into 2012, these guys find a common purpose. And there's a glue that brings them together, not for this discussion. And when they're brought together, then they find a common purpose that they have to win the election. And the election of 2012 becomes a referendum. It's a marriage of convenience. It's a referendum against the ICC question. And they successfully litigate their issue and they are elected into power. The reason why they needed that position very much was to deal with this case. Because if they left this power to go to somebody else, it will have messed them. Also, it is evidenced that President Kibaki supported Uhuru to be the president in 2012. It is evidenced by heavily financing him and heavily advising President Kibaki. Heavily financed Uhuru Kenyatta to become the president in 2012. Okay? It's now declassified. It is there. Okay? And Uhuru becomes the president. They're very effective with Ruto. They're friends. You can see it even from the shots. These guys are friends. They're good people, good friends, and they do their stuff. But something happens here. And this is where power enters people's heads. Ruto is very effective. And from around this time, Ruto is busy now assembling a team for himself to become a president. This is why he starts recruiting Ababu Namwamba.
An A-team.
An A-team. He recruits Ababu Namwamba. He recruits all those people that you see around him, the think tank. That is now very effective. Ababu Namwamba is perhaps one of the most underrated people around him now. But he's a very reliable person, President Ruto.
That's why he keeps he's always in every government.
Yeah, Ruto cannot throw him. He's a man who is efficient. I think there's something he does for him, which is beyond politics. Yeah, it is interesting. It should be studied. So anyway, these guys work together into power. You see what happens. But in that, we have the overzealous people around power, the zealots, who say, huyu Ruto, kae huko. He has not done anything that is scary, except for that now
probably everybody was seeing what he was up to. I mean, do you think the Kikuyu mafia wanted a Kalenjin to be president again?
Of course.
No.
Why not?
For what?
Unless you don't know history. The presidency of Kenya is a duopoly.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, yes, it's a duopoly, that is fine.
This was just eating question. Ilikuwa tu shida ya kukula hii. So muda naona, because Ruto, I can tell you. Just a minute, let me tell you.
They couldn't figure out what kind of.
So where the problem comes is that Uhuru was never hands-on in his regime. Throughout, he was never hands-on.
Umeongea na William.
Umeongea na William. The only thing he focused on was the Minister of Finance, and how because Uhuru came from the Ministry of Finance, so he knew where the money was, and that was his absolute focus. So Minister of Finance, Defense, Foreign Affairs, hapo alishika. Uhuru alishika hizo kabisa. But the rest of the government,
William.
So it was William who was very effective. I've met a man, I've told you this story, in Imbo, Huko, when we were doing Harambee. And this man, when the governor then asked him, where do you come from? And he said, for him, it was built by William. And that is very interesting. Because many people who have met have said they were built by William. Which means he's very effective in saying, hey,
even when your Nini wanted to move that, your Nini.
Yeah, Sadia huyo kijana. Yeah. Evo, that's how we talk. Yeah, that Nini is very classified. Yeah. It's Nini. So he finds, I think Ruto finds himself as a very interesting position where now he has to channel his rise to power, and he reorganizes central Kenya. He reorganizes Rift Valley. And Ruto, I've said before, likes to be the oldest man in the room. So, every old man who is sitting in power, you're going. He's bringing in new people. And very young people. Some were PS like Iborek, young people.
People who are agreeable.
People who are agreeable. People who need him. Not people that he needs. This is Chirargei, very young Chimitei. There's this one from Bomet. There are so many. I mean, come.
Murkomen.
Even Murkomen was just a commentator like me.
So we We have hopes.
We have hopes. Of course, we'll see Moses and
William Molo is going to pick him.
Yeah, somewhere, right? He's doing well for us.
These are the inner circle of Raymond Molo.
You know, they talk every day. She has refused to take me there. I'm not even.
Why are you not taking with Raymond Molo?
She has refused.
Okay, Faith Ken.
Jagero, we were in Ichaweri. And we were talking about Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta.
She's saying
doesn't like being put on the spot. You're always putting on the spot.
Let us go back to Ichaweri.
Okay, I see. Okay, let's go to Ichaweri.
So, these two people now find difference because Uhuru is not very much onto the elections and nominations. Uhuru does not like hard work.
He's a lazy
He's a baby boy.
He's a baby boy.
He's a Ghana William.
Yeah, it's Jaden. Apendi job nyingi like nini. Yana penda happy. No. I don't have problems. So Ruto takes charge and takes charge of the nomination and makes sure that nominations he brings up very new people who are young, who are not money, he finances them, they come to power. Most of them are in parliament today, I can say, even including the senator for Kericho, Cheriot. Is Ruto's creation. And almost all of them, including the one from Nandi, the governor, who is now serving his second term and is leaving power at 40-something. I don't know where he's going at 40-something.
He will come back as a senator.
You want to be a senator?
Yeah, he has to come back
so
as a
Ruto has
senator.
brought up so many people that upset the what? The base. But Ruto plays deception, the biggest card in politics, against Uhuru. Okay? And of course, people around Uhuru are telling him, serikali ni kama kuna pembe mbili, mzee. Kama deputy anakimbia namna hii na wewe pia unakimbia huku. Hatupati. So what does Uhuru do? Uhuru, sensing that his government may be switched on, he moves to Raila. Okay? As a tool to control Ruto in 2018.
No, but
because when we went, by the time we were going to election in 2017,
but there is something that you're hoping over.
Yeah.
What exactly is the bone of contention between Uhuru and Ruto?
Uhuru does not have a personal issue with Ruto.
Okay.
The issue here that at that time is these people, Uhuru's people telling him
that
kuna atupati,
kuna pembe mbili kwa
hii serikali.
Okay. So why does he want why is he bringing in Raila Odinga? Because he's not under what pressure is he under?
He's under pressure because his legitimacy is in question. Remember, we just from an election which he got 90%. Wherever you see an election won by 90%, just know that president has no legitimacy. That is cooked. Or there is no. In fact, large part of the country did not vote in that election. People just sat at home. So he came into power, yes, legally, but he lacked the popular mandate.
Okay.
So now he needs the popular mandate. What does he do? To cut down, because now he's looking at 2032, 2027, 2022 plus. He's looking at how does he anchor himself? Very selfish interest. And I want to listen very carefully. Uhuru then brings Raila on board, for, not just for legitimacy, but for his very selfish interest of remaining in power.
He wants to remain in power as
he wants to remain in power as the head of government. And so we have to restructure the constitution. Who is better at helping restructure the constitution through a midterm question?
Raila.
Perfect. So bring him in and say, and Raila was very altruistic.
Because he already sees that this man,
he's ready for power.
Is coming for this thing.
Yes. This man is up for it.
Do you think that this is the press conference where he lines all the MPs?
That is when there was an attempt to impeach the deputy president, Ruto. He was going to be impeached, but he said, "Oh, okay, so let's show him." So he calls the MPs, 139 of them.
139.
Yes.
Where did he get 139?
From the parliament. Where do they come from?
No, I know. But are they coming from Rivale or they're coming from the mountain too?
Central. Of course, Central. Remember, he was organizing from 2013. Okay? Bringing in new young leaders.
Anapeleka huku Kilgoris anakunywa nao chai.
Hapana Kilgoris wakati hiyo. Bado wako tu hapa.
Is this when he calls Gachagua and na huko?
Bado. He started organizing these young men in 2013. He's doing away with the old guard because the old guard won't respect him.
Okay.
He wants a younger generation that will respect him. And this is where he brings in these people. These green ones I'm talking about, these ones who are serving their second term as governors.
Okay.
These ones who are serving the
He
second term.
makes them get elected.
Elected. Someone like Alan Chesang from Trans Nzoia. Do you know how old he is?
No.
Have you met him?
No.
He looks, even his skin looks very young. He looks like the one of a child. Even the way he dresses, he's still a very young man, and he's serving his second term, I think, as a senator.
This is the army that he lines up in Karen.
Part of the army.
So the assumption is that he also funded them to run.
Of course. Yes. Of course, Ruto does not. Ruto is not a wealthy man per se. By that time, he's a rich man.
Your friend from Nyanza is also funding people to run.
Who is that?
No, your friend. You know them. You were with them today. Nani.
Unaniambia hiyo. I'm trying. Ama unasema professor. Professor ana pesa kama hiyo.
Hapana, ile mtu yako.
Hiyo ni miss. Okay. But anyway, sina best ambaye anafund out, otherwise I'll be funded already. So, the gentleman had organized these young men and young women in power. He had brought them by way of nomination, and now they're in power. They're sitting properly as MPs.
Oh, I see.
Okay, and they're loyal to him, and they're looking at the future. They're looking at Uhuru and wondering, is Uhuru there in 2022 and beyond?
So Ruto also could have funded people in
He did in central Kenya.
Oh, really?
He did. There's politics. It's just politics. He did.
They brought up their own armies.
Yeah. He did. Ruto brought up his own staff. He came because he knows politics is an absolute game. You don't come there with people who have divided loyalties. You come people who need you, completely loyal to you. So what happens? He comes to all these people. They were kina Ichung'wa, nani, kila mtu wake. So it tells Uhuru, you want to impeach me? Bring it on. And the headline was, bring it on, with 139 MPs nyuma yake.
139?
Yes. And the biggest
The prince had no money to pay.
Who?
The prince.
No, it wasn't about money. It was about selfish interest. I always want to analyze politics by looking at the selfish interest of an individual. So these gentlemen and ladies, their selfish interest is looking at beyond 2022. Yeah. Who is there? Is it Uhuru or is it Ruto? Uhuru legally cannot do anything past 2022. Ruto has a chance past 2022. So
even if he gives us 1 million each,
yes,
it does not help me now.
1 million is nothing. They spend that in a sitting.
There's something called delayed gratification.
Yes.
Prove to them.
Yeah, exactly. Delayed gratification. I like this. Very good.
The referendum baby. Keep it in mind. The referendum baby. Keep it in mind.
Okay, good. Let's go.
So 2018-2019, of course, there is that call, and Uhuru introduces something very sinister. Raila comes with the pure heart of actually introducing change to the country through BBI. Pure. But Uhuru takes advantage, okay? And I can say here that in Uhuru's government, there was a lot of joke between the judiciary and the executive. A lot of jokes. There's even a budget of how to finance some questions. You remember some story, Jagiro? Ile nani alikuwa anatuambia eti ongea na wale watu wetu wenye wako kwa court.
Yes.
You remember? So Uhuru, by all means, wants to stick to power. So introduces the creation of about 70 new constituencies in central Kenya, but only 2 in Nyanza. Through BBI.
How many?
2 in Nyanza.
And how many?
70 new in central Kenya.
70 new?
Yes. So what will this do? Which means Uhuru will bring up 70 new MPs.
Increment in his numbers.
Then these ones will help him become the prime minister. Uhuru wanted to become prime minister of this country. He wanted the constitution changed so that the prime minister becomes the head of government, the president becomes the head of state.
Would you say that this is the hangover that he still has?
Of course. That is the problem. In fact, you've shortened for me the story. So Uhuru's problem is this with Ruto. Uhuru has a heavy hangover of leadership. He has a heavy hangover of politics. He's too young. He's now just running, going to Ethiopia, akirudi kidogo, because Ruto approaches him and tells him, mzee. But he sees himself, mzee nani? Mimi mzee. Mimi si mzee.
Because Ruto at some point called him elder.
Yes.
And he refuses.
And Ruto is laying it bare. And I like the way he's doing it, by the way. Then you know what? I have talked to my senior statesman, Uhuru Kenyatta. I have asked him to help me. I have asked him to even help the country to have a new vision. But he's saying no.
We are now elders, the leaders of this nation.
Exactly.
Why don't we work together?
Exactly.
Grow bigger vision that we can hand over to the next generation
But
of leaders.
Uhuru cannot outgrow the pain. Understandably, he has some pain that he saw himself beyond. Because remember, President Shekedi.
What pain?
The pain of power, the lack of being without power. It's painful.
But he was there for 10 years.
Can I tell you?
Akikunywa uji.
I think you don't know what power is. Unaona hiyo nainai na kufunguliwa mlango na kusimama na kusomea watu nini. Power is interesting. And the day power leaves you, your things get old at once. Even your clothes. Because nobody calls you, your phone goes silent. You're just done. It's painful to be there. In fact, you can die very fast.
Yeah, but he has Northlands. He can go there.
No, those are nothing to him. Kabogo had a lot of money even after him being governor. But remember, some videos were featuring online of him now engaging in some other activities which were not proper. Yeah. Anyway, short and long of it is that Uhuru's pain with Ruto, and what Ruto has to do to fix him. Uhuru's pain is that he sees himself as too young and has a stake in Kenya's politics and wants to rearrange Kenya's politics to his advantage. Uhuru has very big businesses in this country, which of course he runs, and he would want to control how those institutions of wealth creation for him will last for posterity. And he wants to be somewhere around power. Right now he doesn't control it. It is Ruto who's controlling it, and he feels bad about it. Okay? Now, how must Ruto fix him? Number one, Ruto must also let go of Uhuru.
What do you mean let go of Uhuru?
Uhuru is a lingering shadow, and he must let him go.
Meaning what?
Like, this was my boss, okay? He's the man who I looked forward to as brothers to work, and our relationship was too long. He thinks Uhuru is a good person. He has that thinking that Uhuru can help him, and then to say Uhuru will never help him. Uhuru does not want him in power. If Uhuru can get him out of power tomorrow, he will. Just that Kenya is a proper democracy with proper laws. Okay? So what Ruto must do, number one, forget about Uhuru.
What does that mean?
Stop pestering him to be in the vision, that hangover over the friendship. Stop mourning the friendship. Okay. I'm talking to the president. Stop mourning the friendship between you and Uhuru. Uhuru is not your friend, you are his friend. Yes. And that is the truth of the matter. I know it is painful. I've also had friends like that, who I'm their friend and they're not my friends. Yeah? You know, that thing. So you must let it go. Then number two, focus on building new centers of power. Like what you're doing with Mount Kenya is beautiful. Politically, just do it. Just continue donating. A drop on the rock.
What is he doing? What is Ruto doing in Mount Kenya?
A drop of water on the rock.
What is he doing in Mount Kenya?
That's what I'm saying. A drop of the water on the rock. For centuries will finally.
So you're thinking Dindi, you're Dindi Nyoro, you're thinking.
That's beautiful. Dindi, you know. Dindi. Creating new axis of power, maintaining your team, trying to expand it. Just fight. Just be a man and fight. Fight in Mount Kenya.
Buy some wheelbarrows and take to Nakuru.
Yeah.
Even the Minnesota trip in September.
Yeah, I mean, just do your thing.
Who is in Minnesota?
And
no, what Moses Kuria said.
You are having your mic.
Oh, sorry. Actually, I'm just quoting that Moses Kuria at JKL, he stated that in September, Rigathi Gachagua and President William Samoei Ruto will be meeting in Minnesota. Today, Rigathi Gachagua stated that I am going to Minnesota. Thank you.
Yeah, whether if they meet or not is beautiful, but it's I don't think if there is anything that Ruto and Gachagua need to meet now. What wagongani wanaume waheshimiane, because there's also some war that is not ended, and Gachagua feels he can beat Ruto. Ruto also feels he can beat.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
We have Uhuru Ruto, then we have Gachagua Ruto. Is Gachagua Ruto in Uhuru's friendship?
No, it can never be.
Yeah.
No.
Did you understand my question?
Okay, ask again if I didn't understand you.
There's Ruto, Gachagua is behaving like Ruto is behaving. Gachagua, Ruto, are you getting my question?
Let me explain it.
Yeah.
I've gotten it. You see, there's a similarity between these two deputies.
Yeah.
Ruto as a deputy president and Gachagua as a deputy president.
Yeah.
They are very noisy people. Even when they're in government, Ruto was always planning on the side with Tanga, you know, he was that loud. And same thing with Gachagua. Immediately has been impeached with one term, the way he came up with it. So there's a similarity between Ruto and Gachagua as noisy deputies.
No,
Okay?
there's no similarity.
Wait,
There's
with
no
the
similarity.
Tanga movement and the Wantam movement, you see, the similarity is there were deputies, yes, but they were also influential in their positions as deputies. Okay? Now the boss that was previously there in Ruto's time, who was Uhuru, is currently, we are trying to find, is there any link between Uhuru and then the fallen soldier Gachagua?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think
get
even
the question.
Gachagua was influential as a
Gachagua was not influential. Gachagua was made by Ruto.
Yeah.
Gachagua,
not
influential
in fact,
post-office.
Gachagua
Post office, no.
Post office.
Post office, no. Gachagua was impactful. Gachagua was an axe. He was used to cut a tree. After you cut the tree and it's fallen, you take the axe back to where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Keep it there. you don't when you need it, you'll take it back.
In fact, Odhiambo,
Yeah.
Is he looking for the axe in Minnesota?
Wait.
Nah,
You
nah.
take it back when you need it.
Yeah.
Are you guys alluding to whatever Moses Kuria was saying on
Of
taking
course,
a-
there's a post-election pact. I've said it here 30 million times.
Okay.
Just to
Jagero,
happen.
Yeah.
also to add on
For the
that,
selfish interest.
the little influence that he had actually went off the moment he declared that the government is on shareholding basis, whereby he said that Mount Kenya is the biggest shareholder. Okay, and permit me to also contribute to the conversation. And what I can say on what Odhiambo said
Okay.
is, you know, the amazing thing with the political class is when political interests cooperate, political actors, they converge. And when the political interests separate, they diverge.
Yes.
What does that mean in English?
That is English.
Jagero.
It's
Jagero.
Don't talk to the. Don't tell him Sungo that. Don't tell him Sungo that. Go ahead.
Now, one thing we need to examine.
What is this converge and diverge? I want you to explain it.
Okay, it's just simple. You know, politics is driven by interest.
Okay.
Yes. So when you are-
Selfish.
yes.
Selfish interest.
Yes. When your interests are met,
Okay.
you are okay and you are on the table.
All right.
You people are together. Okay. But when these interests are not met, okay, that's now where the problem begins. Now we are examining two political actors,
Okay.
whereby in different contexts, at some point they were opponents, at some point they were allies, at some point they were partners in government, and again at some point they were adversaries. What then we can study is two things. Okay, now what interest actually started seizing in between these two actors? Who had the resources and who needed who?
Okay.
What I can say is that it's just a simple analogy. If Jagero is my boss,
Okay.
I'm his employee, I am his staff, the mindset that Jagero will have, however much productive or however I'm bringing value to him, is that I will always remain to be his employee, whether I like it or not.
Yes.
Not correct.
The day I start opening another company, I cannot harbor an intention of sitting with Jagero and talking about partnership. That is hallucination. It's dangerous. Okay? So what I can see is that Uhuru Kenyatta was actually the boss of William Samoei Ruto. There is a denial that Odhiambo talked about. When Uhuru was supposed to deliver the presidency, they crafted BBI. BBI's aim was to make sure that Uhuru is still in power. Ruto dismantled it.
And what was Raila thinking?
And that was
Okay.
where we were, the talk about Uhuru too young to retire came from.
Too young to retire.
Yeah, too young to
Mlikuwa
retire.
mnasema hivyo ODM.
No, see,
No, whatever the was saying.
yeah,
Okay.
Okay? Ruto dismantled the BBI issue and the BBI narrative, okay? When he dismantled, the worst again that he did, he defeated a sitting president with Raila Amolo Odinga and the whole Azimio brigade. That denial, that wound is still fresh. He has not yet accepted that an employee, okay, that I brought him to this space, I was his boss. And remember, at that moment, 2018, when the handshake thing started, Ruto was humiliated to the extent that at some point he was, they are in a gathering, they are sitting together, but again you are ignored. The worst thing a human being can be done, even a psychologist will tell you, is a human being actually placing or positioning himself at a higher rank, again being ignored. It's dangerous. That's why Odhiambo said, Uhuru is still in pain, he still have he needs the hangover of presidency and all that. That is number one. So Ruto actually defeated him. Now again, Ruto has another challenge which Odhiambo talked about, which is, you know, when a political leader is in position, one thing he needs to do is he needs to make sure he understands the forces that enable him to sustain the power. Okay. So Ruto is actually bringing everybody on board. The Azimio Brigade, like the likes of Junet, Joho, and all that. So
that's another. He's doing what he has always done to add to his team.
Yes.
To add to his team.
Expanding. Yes. Now the challenge he is facing here is now he wants to come back to Uhuru Kenyatta, not as an employee, not as someone that I supposed to look back, no, but now a president. That's now where he is going wrong. Okay? So what I can say is that President William Samoei Ruto should leave the narrative of Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta is again,
there is something that in Nauma Ruto, and I want to read it to you. It's an open secret that my predecessor has not gotten over what happened in 2022. This is what he said to the Sunday Nation 2 days ago. He had his candidate that despite all he did, I won the election. Secondly, he made a prediction himself in public that William was going to fail within 3 months because he knew very well that the country was in dire straits. He knew about the default, the state of the economy, and so sure he has a problem that I managed. That the tattered economy left today is in a different place. He goes on to say, Kenya was facing foreign exchange pressures, high inflation, expensive credit, and fears over its ability to meet external obligations. Uhuru predicted that my administration could not survive the economic crisis. And then he says something very interesting, that if you ask the Azimio people, they will tell you the former president, my predecessor, told them that it would only take 3 months and the economy would come down. William Ruto was going to fail. He actually in that interview, quote unquote, say verbatim what I think watu wamemrudishia hii maneno kwamba he knew about the default, he knew about the state economy. So he says, I am sure he has a problem that, well, I managed the country and we did not default. All right? So he talks about, there is something here that I'm looking for that he said, I want to read it. And then he says that you work for...
Okay, as you look
here, yes, I found it actually. There's a question that the Nation journalists asked him, interestingly, where is the evidence that they are being sponsored by Uhuru? Because his biggest complaint has been that Uhuru is organizing his opponents against him. And he asks the question back at the journalists, saying, you work for the Nation, right? Can you check the Sunday Nation headline of August 2nd? What was the headline? It says, Uhuru super coalition against Ruto. You answered yourself, despite everything he did, I won the elections. All right? You know their sponsor and how I assisted him while in office, but he could not deliver an affordable housing, universal healthcare, and so on and so forth. So he's saying right now that his biggest problem, and Odhiambo is not mentioning this, is that he's rounding up, everybody else against the president, and he's feeling the heat, and probably that is very painful to him.
Okay, Jagero, one thing we need to have in mind is politics is a game of mind. It requires critical thinking and not just a shallow thinking. Okay, and I just want to answer this question with an analogy. If today in this context it was between Uhuru and Kalonzo, okay, and I'm assuming, I'm putting now Ruto's position Kalonzo, it could be easy for Kalonzo and Uhuru to reconcile. But in this context, it cannot and it will not. Why? Because you have already dismantled someone's intention, vision, which was the BBI. You have gotten yours. So you cannot force me to come and be part of the vision that you built while you destroyed mine. However much I will accept, then rest be assured, I am also going to dismantle. Okay? So it won't work. Number two, it's just a narrative. Because If Uhuru is confident that he is the one who is sponsoring the issue, the Sifuna and all that, he couldn't have said that it is the citizens.
Do you think Uhuru is sponsoring Sifuna? And
I don't think. From what he said today, I don't think. Why? Because
who said?
Uhuru.
He said he's not.
No, Uhuru. I want to quote what he said.
Okay.
He said it's the citizens who have the power to elect whether they want Ruto, whether they want Sifuna, whether they want Matiang'i. He couldn't have included Ruto in that statement. Then that tells you that this guy is at an impartial. But again, he still have the wound of not him accepting that Ruto is president.
Or maybe he read the nation.
Maybe it can be.
Or maybe, I think let's go back.
Yeah. Okay.
There's an interview that was carried out with President Ruto. I don't remember it clearly, but he was asked, why didn't you go for presidency in 2013 and chose to be a subordinate to Uhuru Kenyatta?
Okay.
The man said he is not a man to overestimate his capabilities. He thinks strategically and he knows whatever he's doing. Because he always had hope that one day he'll be president. In fact, he had a guarantee. Do I look at Ruto? Let's talk of interest. There you're asking the convergence and divergence. In 2013, these people were coming together post ICC. Okay, it was that period that ICC was going to the climax, right? And these people had interests that were converging, because if they came together with a narrative of unifying a broken country, a country that was going down the drain, then they could have a better opportunity of coming out victorious, because these are two wounded, the communities that have been wounded will want to actually seek consolation in some unity. So it was a reconciliation, post-election reconciliation. They were bringing the vibe. So because of that, they were able to secure the presidency. And Ruto knew very well that without this subordination to Uhuru, most probably they wouldn't get it right, because that was whatever was gearing them towards presidency. Come to now, Uhuru as a trader, Uhuru as a businessman, with his friends. He has done very many businesses in the nation, and when Odhiambo talks of him not being willing to retire because of the businesses that he runs, understand that there are two things that always go hand in hand: power and finances. Okay? So maybe the game that Odhiambo is trying to explain here is that Uhuru right now needs to secure his staff. And the only way for him to secure his staff is by having businesses. Yes. Protect his finances is by having a person who will not tamper with these things. And that is why, to some point, I think I know the panel today. All the five.
But do you think that so far Ruto has tried to upset his businesses?
That is where I was going.
Okay.
I know that the panel is made of 5 two-term guys.
Which two-term guys?
No, from Odhiambo we've always known.
Odhiambo and his big
I am a very objective analyst.
Exactly.
And I have
exactly.
Yeah.
Allow me to correct you.
Okay.
You know, we are analyzing.
But he has not said.
However much we support the government, we are issue based. Okay. That's why we are analyzing issue by issue, actor by actor.
Okay. Facts. Let's let them play.
Yeah, but I'm not shy of being a supporter of the state.
Yes, and that's the problem that I'm having with that.
At my age, I'm not idealistic. At my age, I'm just practical.
Okay. I think when you're introducing yourself, you say you are distancing yourself from some things and then claim that you are pro-Ruto. That is not where we were. Let's proceed with the conversation. You see, post ICC, when where we were, the 139 soldiers that were lined up in Karen with Ruto to actually show Uhuru that here we are coming. Then Uhuru, after that, didn't proceed with the plan. I think that the battle went down the drain. That was the end of it. Then, post that, we come to 2022. Many people claim that they played Baba. Uhuru and Ruto played Baba. Because look at it this way. It is an incumbent and a demigod coming together to fight an underdog. Yet the underdog comes out victorious. Think about it. So to me, and then post 2022, we've not heard of serious cases whereby Ruto is upsetting Uhuru's businesses. And I think by that one, and he is constantly seeking him to come back. And that is why I'm convicted that this is another sideshow, because we are in the third term of Uhuru Ruto.
Third term.
We're in the third term of Uhuru Ruto, headed to the fourth. Because this is a man who has very many estates, very many businesses. And if he had ill will against the former president, then he could definitely go against him. Go against his businesses.
And I dare say this.
Why the silence? Okay, let's proceed. But again, I look at it from this other side. You know, I know of people who will finance Odhiambo and Zagero in the very same constituency. Okay? So that whoever wins is still their puppet.
Okay.
I think this is Uhuru's game. Even if the 6 principals will come out victorious in 2027, he still has his estate protected. If Ruto comes back post 2027, his estate won't be upset. So I think that is the game that is being played here. He isn't as neutral as he may seem to be. He has not yet declared his interest. And in such a volatile environment, I don't think Uhuru will come out to support anyone before March 2027, strategically so. And by doing that, he'll buy himself enough time for him to be convicted of whoever is going to support. But post 2027, one thing that I'm sure of, it will be maybe Uhuru Ruto's 4th term, or the 6th principal in alliance, in bed with Uhuru for another time.
Well, that's an interesting analysis, and I like how he brings it up. But it is not true that there's a Uhuru Ruto 3rd term. These people are basically throat to throat. Wamekwamiana mako hawa watu wawili.
Okay, so you're saying Uhuru and Ruto,
yes,
2022, they were on very different fronts.
I can tell you that in 2017, when they were going for the fresh elections, they were at odds already. Not known to the public eye, but Uhuru and Ruto are not getting along. By the time we're going for 2017
that
elections.
explains 2018, sure.
Exactly, and that's why I say that 2018 Uhuru reaches out to who? To Raila for a reason, because already his house is on fire, and he's being told serikali yako hauikimbizi, kuna mtu mwingine anaikimbiza. Whether it's factual or false, we don't have the privilege of that information, but we can only analyze as.
But I also yes, somebody wants to say something.
Yes, Jagero, I've listened to my fellow panelists very keenly, and I would wish to interject.
Okay.
First, about Uhuru, or rather the incumbent complaining about Uhuru's involvement in politics. I think we are all conversant with our constitution. If you go to Article 38, under political rights, it's well stated. Uhuru is simply exercising his freedom and his right.
What is that? What is his right?
His right to participate in political activities freely. Yeah. Then
I thought there was something about retired presidents.
Yeah.
That a retired president shouldn't be coming back to be a party leader.
It's there in law.
Because then why are you?
That's the Retirement Act. Let me just find it.
Benefits.
Let me just find it. I'll read it for you.
But if you go through if you go through chapter 4,
okay,
it's very clear. There is nowhere that they are stating that once you are a retired president, now your rights to participate in politics is taken away from you. If you go through chapter 4.
I think the right.
But also, I don't think the law also says that you should be sleeping with your friend's wife. But we have an arrangement.
Basically, Jagero.
It is not against the law, but you understand.
We have an arrangement.
Jagero, if you can allow me to carry on.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. I want to concur with the incumbent by calling out the retired president to show statesmanship.
Okay.
By coming together so that we can chart our ways ahead as a nation.
Okay.
So it's very nice when we are trying to remind ourselves on the occurrences in our nation about political activities. But keenly listening to my fellow panelists, we were skewed to the interests of these political players.
Okay. You mean we are supporting
No.
either side?
All the analysis is about Uhuru and his interest, Ruto and his interest. Doing this for him to achieve this, doing that for so and so to achieve this. But the most fundamental question which we should be asking ourselves, where are the Kenyan people? Where are the Kenyan people? That brings me...
okay.
Yeah.
Where meaning what?
Okay, all the analysis we are giving is about Uhuru's interest in the Ruto's government.
Okay.
And Ruto's interest when either Uhuru comes in or whichever way.
Okay.
That's why these aspects of financing, sponsoring, creation of leaders comes in. To me, there is no Kenyan interest.
Okay.
All the analysis we've given, we haven't talked of Kenyan interest.
Talk to me about Kenyan interest.
So that's where my interest is. I think it's time that we need to think about us as Kenyans, not ourselves as two-term, not ourselves as one-term, not ourselves as UDA, not ourselves as ODM, but as Kenyans.
How is that possible democratically?
So, what?
Because at the end of the day, IEBC has set the dates that you have to make a decision.
Yes, that is very true.
How are you telling Kenyans to make a decision? For example,
you're not one term or two
yeah, what are you telling them to do?
What I'm trying to tell them is this. It has reached a time that we need to think on the best system that can serve the interest of the nation at large.
Okay.
Not interest of individuals.
Right.
And that's where we are coming in with an initiative, Kenya Yetu, Kenya Moja.
Kenya Yetu,
initiative.
Kenya Moja.
This initiative, one, we've been struggling with this issue of inclusivity.
Okay.
If you go through our constitution, under, I think it is Article 136, thereabout, when we talk about cabinet secretaries, responsibility of a president is to appoint.
Yes.
But unfortunately, we haven't laid the criteria that this president should follow when making this appointment. That's why, even as we speak, in this cabinet of 22, there's a region with 8 CSS, while there's some regions or some ethnic groups with none at all.
Is that against the constitution?
No, as it is, it is not.
Okay.
But that is part of the loopholes that our constitution has and has led to all these challenges we are complaining about. How do we intend to correct this? Propose a criteria by saying we amend or we add a clause that once you are a president-elect, when appointing this doing these public appointments, not more than 4 should come from one ethnic group.
Okay.
By doing that, there will be diversity in appointments and inclusivity will crop in.
But that is tough though, right? So for example, if my mother is a Kikuyu and my mom is a Luo, which tribe am I?
Your mother and your mom.
That's Jagiru asking.
No, he's asking if his mother, his mother is mom.
No. That's not what I say. Okay, but you got it.
Let me answer.
You got the question.
Let me answer.
Yeah. My mother is Kikuyu and my father is Luo. Which tribe am I?
Traditionally, and as an African people, matters about identity is always inclined to the father's side. As an African man. But we are at a time, when the Gen Zs came out in 2024, they were trying to argue that they are tribeless, partyless, they are Gen Zs, Kenyan people. So I think it is time we need to bring in Kenyan interest.
Okay.
Just to take you back, right from 2007, or even way back, all the presidencies we've had have always been established by 2 regions. 2007.
What Odhiambo is merely calling a duopoly.
Exactly. 2007. PNU was prominently in Central.
Okay.
But ironically, they formed the government. Come to 2013, URP and TNA. That is Central, Rift Valley. Come to 2017, Jubilee. Central, Rift Valley. Come to 2022, Kenya Kwanza. Central and Rift Valley. And how many regions do we have in Kenya? 8. So that means 2 against 8. That's why we've been having an opposition side that is outweighing the government side. And unfortunately, both can't agree to converge their ideas to make Kenya move forward. So I think on my side, fundamentally, that is the main thing that we should find an answer to, which I was trying to explain about the Kenya Yetu, Kenya Moja.
Okay. Ken, I want to ask Ken. Ken, what do you think about that? Before you come in, Mr. Onsongo Momanyi.
Yes.
Yeah. What does it mean by the Onsongo?
I don't know.
You don't? Okay.
I think he's right. Only that whatever he's talking about, I wouldn't want to say misplaced.
Okay.
But that would be very brutal, because when you're talking about inclusivity and analyzing the interest of the people, I don't think that is the work of a political analyst. You know, we get into practicality of the politics, not and how it is done. But now when it comes to interest of the people, then now we are getting into governance, into leadership, and how we come into this. So the inclusivity and the politicking you're talking about, I think that is what we've been talking about. And it's what President Ruto had actually tried compared to other regions, bringing other regions also to the government and trying, making sure that development gets to each part of the country. At least in every constituency in this country, you can point and word to a thing that the president has done. So I think that is not a new thing. But this Onsongo mentioned a very interesting thing that I wanted to comment on before we went off topic about President Ruto securing his staff. And I think it came out so interesting because when you're talking about President Uhuru and why he can't retire or can't stay in Chaweri or go gallivanting, like you say, and let the president govern the country, it's because initially, how did Uhuru Kenyatta govern the country? And I think there's a thing I mentioned here before, that there's a reason why thieves double locked their doors. Because once you're a thief, you always think someone is stealing from you. Once you're a witchcraft, you always think kuna mrogi anakuroga mahali. So President Ruto being outside government, one of them is bitterness currently. And now that initially he knew how he used to run the government, and he thinks his businesses or his staff is not coming in well because he's not part of it initially. Because when you're talking about the price of SGR and what ililetwa ile kitu watu wanakaa wanaangaliana, have you used SGR before?
Yeah, it's very bad. I don't like the other one. Ile chini ile inaitwaje?
Here. No, you see, the thing we have, when you talk about the price of expressway, what was budgeted for and what it cost us to actually have it. So people, the former president was used to getting things from the government and over budgeting things, and now that is not happening. And I think that is why
there is no over budgeting in this government.
There is a bit, but it's happening without him. That is the problem. The problem is not that there's over budgeting.
He's not having his hands in the gravy.
You know, the tenderpreneurship going on is not part of it. So I think that is why hakuna Eurobond, you know, and hakuna subsidies tunaweka na ingine inaenda kwa mfuko ya mwingine. So you see now what is happening. So I think that is where the bitterness is coming in from. But I feel it should now accept that we have a new president and let him govern the country however he wants. And now realize that yes, he was his boss, but currently now he's the boss of the state. And support him and let him continue doing his things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me get Onsongo is eager.
All right.
Say something very good.
I have also this side.
Yes, I will look that side.
Okay.
Please.
No, when you have an issue after someone finishes, just speak up.
Yes.
Speak up. I learned that from Joaquin. He'll bully you till you speak up. Now, I just have a question.
Joaquin is always saying before you say anything. Go ahead.
I have a question to my brother. Sorry, I didn't get your name well.
Yeah, his name is Mr.
Brian.
Brian Orlando.
Brian, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
As a democratic country,
okay,
the issues that we're facing are political issues. Okay? As you're saying, it's now time to focus on the needs of the people. Now let's go down on that hardly. Now, we have political issues, okay? And with political issues, they can only be solved through political processes.
Yeah.
That begets the reason as to why we must have political inclusion. Okay? And the best way to go down about that is being in political parties where your ideologies align, okay?
Yeah.
And by doing that, you'll end up getting in a position whereby you have to choose a stand. Our discussion is not solely one term or two term. Sit down with me and I'll tell you why. Okay, let me tell you why. As a Linda Mwananchi supporter, we are seeking, you know, our presidential candidate, Mr. Sifuna. Do you know why? I'll tell you the interest of Kenyans. Let's start. Talking of him, this is a man who we know very well when it comes to matters oversight. When he was in the Public Accounts Committee, he did it perfectly. I think you've seen it, right? On the interest of Kenyans, when your governors with devolution on Akula pesa yenu sana, who has been the man they have been complaining about, saying that he's bullying them in the Public Accounts Committee? It's Sifuna. So that tells you that he did his job very well when it comes to oversight, which is a very key role, especially with presidency. Let's proceed. When it comes to matters humanitarian issues, you see, this is a man who has stood strong in his turf and say that we cannot support a government that will definitely harm its own people. We cannot support people who will kill their own people, okay? I mean, it was just yesterday when he was in Western with Halwale. He brought up again the young man from Homa Bay, okay? Albert Ojwang. Have we seen anything happen about his issue? Nothing, okay? But our presidential candidate, talking of the interest of the people, trying to save your life when you'll be against the government, he's talking of humanitarian issues. Let's proceed, okay? These are political processes, and that is why you need to be in a political party, in a movement. So when I say one term, it's not just one term, okay? Let's proceed. When it comes to implementation.
Are you talking about Sifuna?
Now, that was where I'm going with geopolitics.
Okay.
When it comes to implementation, I would love very much to have a man as effective as Matiang'i to subordinate Sifuna as a deputy. Because when Matiang'i is given orders, he implements. Okay, we just need a person on top of him, because I know the insecurity that many people have against Matiang'i is they are not so certain about the way he'll run things. They feel like there'll be a little bit of dictatorship with him, and that is why
Do you think so? Huh? Do you think so?
No, I don't think so. But for the security of Kenyans, for the interest of Kenyans,
okay.
For the interest of Kenyans, I think that the best way to go about it is to actually try and have Matiang'i subordinate. Is that problem?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Subordinate Sifuna. Hereby will have a perfect man when it comes to implementation, a perfect fit for implementation. And on the other hand, we have Sifuna with oversight, with humanitarian issues. So that is the interest of Kenyans. When we are sure you are alive, when you are sure your governor is not spending your money and then you end up looking like Yemen, when we are sure there's a man who is implementing even the issue of roads, then that is the interest of Kenyans.
Apart from Sifuna and Matiang'i, who else is coming into this government? You're only talking about Sifuna and Matiang'i. Who else?
Sifuna and Matiang'i.
Orengo.
Those are the people that I support. Orengo has always been there.
Orengo is becoming the what?
No, Orengo is a very influential person in the government to
What
come.
is he coming to do?
No, he'll be very influential. He's the patron. I just know he's being influential. Achia maneno party. Those are in-house matters. We bring them out.
I hope you are now realizing the irony.
Yeah.
In all the or even
what is ironical about Mr. Mzungu?
I'm liking the questions you are interjecting. Huh?
Yeah.
With, what is Orengo coming to do? There has been in
the reason why I'm asking that is that I keep hearing Matiang'i and Sifuna, but there are so many other people there.
Yes, there are.
Yeah,
there are.
and you seem not to like them much.
No, I just have a preference.
Okay.
It's democracy.
Yeah.
But I have a question to Brian.
Okay.
You see, Brian, we are not in a utopian democracy.
Okay.
Let's understand that.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you are not in a utopian democracy, then we'll have to discuss things plainly.
Okay.
You are saying you are just a Kenyan and you're not picking.
Yeah, I feel like it's a fraud.
Wait, are you a candidate?
He's defrauding us.
You need to ask me, why did you say so?
And that is why I've just asked,
yes,
are you a candidate?
Yes.
Listen,
yes.
Jagero. You know, I think when you're asked, who are you?
Okay.
You know, the first thing that needs, actually, if I can refer to what Raila once said,
okay,
that whenever you are trying to think of something, first think as a Kenyan.
Okay.
After thinking as a Kenyan, if you belong to a party, think as a member of that party. Then from there, think as a member of an ethnic group.
Okay.
All down to your clan, to your family. But you know, what I'm trying to bring out when I say I'm a Kenyan, definitely, I must have an outfit, right?
So climb down from Kenya. Then you go to political. What is your political party?
Okay, currently,
okay,
as I am seated here, I'm a member of ODM. Actually, I'm part of the Constituency Youth League Steering Committee for the ODM.
For the ODM?
Yes.
Nationally?
Yeah, but that one now is at the constituency level.
Constituency level?
Yes.
Sonia Kat constituency?
Yes.
Oh, beautiful. Right.
So that does not mean
you are the one who is going to be giving you certificate. Should I run? I want to go back to the Ambo.
Also, before that, Jagero, thank you. Before that, just to have, just to add something on what Brian talked about. I also want to tell my brother Momanyi, kindly, in any democratic state, have the definition of Abraham Lincoln that talked about government of the people, for the people, by the people. Giving 3 indispensable key pillars of democratic governance. Number 1, the government and the state. Number 2, the society. Number 3, the individual. Him being a Kenyan, that is the ultimate sovereign. Number 2, let us also review the national values that is enshrined in the Constitution. We talk about patriotism, not blindfolded patriotism. So, I'm just trying to clarify on the issue of being a Kenyan. It's not must that I belong to a political party for me to influence a government policy, for me to influence a government decision or anything. But rather, I am a Kenyan. I being Kenyan, there is a constitutional power that is vested on me, which is the ultimate sovereign. That's why before we elect someone, I have to vote. Me voting and me electing that person construct what is called a social contract. So what I'm saying is, it is not, I get to a point, and it's absolutely correct, that for me to influence, but before that, talk of the Mamamboga, okay? So if the Mamamboga does not belong to a political party, then does it not mean that she's not going to vote? You know, we need to review from that angle. When he's talking about as a Kenyan, we need to look from the bottom till going top.
It's okay.
And as I conclude, because I know time is rushing, I need us to review what Machiavelli talked about. That politics is all about power, interest, and alliances. But as Kenyans, the bigger question that we have, that we need to charter today, is the political class, are they there to deliver or to get power? The political class, is their intention all about seeking power at the expense of national cohesion, or they are there to seek power, okay, and transform the political violence that we see into a democratic contestation without any violence. Okay, and we need to understand, as I have been repeating this, and I will keep on repeating. It's not must for you to belong to a political party. It's not must for you to come under a politician for you to make a change, for you to do anything. You as a Kenyan, that Kenyan citizenship itself actually speaks a lot. And if anybody wants to understand what citizenship is, I urge you to read the book that was authored by Mamdan Mahmoudi, which was When Victims Turn to Be Killers, which was the Rwanda genocide. And as I conclude, what I'm saying is...
You conclude twice.
He is concluding. Give him time.
Kumalizia tu. Kenyans.
In half a minute.
Kenyans, we need to have an honest conversation. And to me, I see a fragile opportunity for us as Kenyans to convene a national dialogue. Why? Because we have a president who is listening.
KICC.
Not just KICC.
No.
Not just KICC.
I have one sole problem na ndugu yangu.
Okay. I'm not finished.
Okay.
We have a fragile opportunity.
Right.
We need to utilize that opportunity. A president who is listening. You know, implementation is something else.
Okay.
But a president who is giving people, imagine the day on KICC.
When you talk about this what is it? What did you call it? The listening to each other. What is it called?
Dialogue.
The dialogue, yes, the dialogue. You mean the one that Ruto was having at KICC?
Not just Ruto. You know, the Jagero,
yeah.
You can even convene a dialogue. It's not much that the
Come
president...
Yeah,
exactly. This is
okay.
even a dialogue.
All right, good.
Because we need a society that is resilient. We need a society that is empowering. And we need a society that is solution focused.
Thank you very much. I want to go quickly to Mr.
Jagero, allow me.
This guy has been banning. This guy has been banning. Let's hear what he has to say. Mr. Osongo, can you hold your horses? Go ahead.
Thank you, Jagero.
Yeah.
I've actually had my fellow parliamentarians.
Yeah, put the mic closer to you.
I've had people bringing issues here that my friend there was talking about.
Mr. Onsongo.
Yes, the Linda Mwananchi thing. My brother there is talking about the issue of common man.
Okay.
But the key thing is here, William Ruto actually is doing a good thing for this country.
Okay.
And that's why all the time he's trying to look for his former boss so that they can come together and work as a team.
All right.
But over and over, we've seen Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. I think he's just a bitter ex.
He's a bitter ex.
He's a bitter ex. Yeah. Still, he's not believing that Ruto, whom he took as a tool, because when Moi handed over Uhuru to Ruto, Uhuru and the Mamangina just saw Ruto as a tool who was there to help Uhuru become the president. Now, after 2022, now Ruto is coming and is defeating the system, something that they never believed. So what I can say is that Uhuru Kenyatta is the former president, and he should now retire honorably without funding this other.
Who is he funding?
The Linda Mwananchi. It is there.
He's funding Linda Mwananchi?
Yes.
Who else is he funding?
Okay, you see, let us just be realistic.
Because Linda Mwananchi imekuja tu juzi bwana.
Let us just be realistic,
no.
Mr. Jagero.
No, you can't say let us be realistic if you have nothing to present. That is just but an accusation.
We know these people.
Apart from Linda Mwananchi, who else is he giving money? Matiani?
You see, in the public domain, we know these people.
And Ndugu
no.
In the public domain,
who doesn't know Sifuna? We know Kalonzo. We know
put the mic closer.
We know their financial muscles. You see.
Okay.
And the movement we've seen in the country.
So Uhuru
is the only rich person
being that.
Is that what you're claiming?
Yes.
Uhuru is the only rich person who might have the interest to fund them.
But who
apart from
Uhuru, who else can be funding these people? Have you taken your time to think about that?
No.
Now you have not thought. You have not.
Who is funding Linda Mwananchi?
That is in-house matters. We have people.
Kudiambo, can you take it over? I think let's wrap it up.
Let me get done with ndugu yangu kwanza. I have one problem with these two gentlemen.
Okay.
The problem is.
What is his problem specifically?
He has not thought about whatever he's saying.
Yes.
And that is my problem with him. But for the two of them,
I
agree with you people to the latter. Okay? That we must think as Kenyans first.
He's claimed that you are funding, that Uhuru Kenyatta is funding Linda Mwananchi. Is that a lie?
Well, that is
that a lie?
He's very biased. We know this.
Is he funding him or not? Is he funding him or not?
No, bring the receipts.
So you don't know?
No, he isn't funding us.
Okay, good. I think that's clear.
Either
because he's saying that that Uhuru Kenyatta is funding you. You're saying no as an insider.
Let me it that way.
Yeah.
As an insider.
Okay.
Now, for the two gentlemen, I agree with you that we must think as Kenyans first. Because at the end of the day, I won't be in the cabinet post 2027 if Sifuna wins.
You?
Okay, I won't be in the cabinet.
You won't or you will?
Yes, I won't. Number one. Number two.
What then are you fighting for?
I will not. I'm fighting for this as a Kenyan.
Okay. So you agree with Brian?
I agree with him, but the problem that I have with him and ndugu yangu is that you are not thinking past that. Now that as a Kenyan you are looking at your own interest, what is the way forward?
Okay.
Okay. Which you see how
just
are you going to
just
chat
a
up?
minute. You had your time, Mr. Brian.
Now how are you going to chat your past?
You had your time, Mr. Brian. You had your time. Because the people are also saying that the people are also saying that the gentleman anavamiwa na watu wengi.
No.
Yatuta.
The thing is, I'm the one with the right of reply. Ndugu yangu.
Yes.
You two talked. I'm the one with the right of reply.
Yeah.
The thing is,
okay.
After thinking as a Kenyan, now come up strategically and show the path that you're going to chart forward. Okay. That being the case, that is why I stand to say, as a Kenyan, I have chosen that since this government does not seem as the best thing to lead the nation, let me go for whatever I believe in. Because as a citizen, I need a person who can carry out oversight very well. I need a person who is humanitarian enough to keep me alive after 2027 with no reason to do away with me. Okay? As a citizen, I need a person who will implement the projects that the government is putting here. You see, I don't even have a problem with SHA. The only problem I have with it is implementation.
But he has said that he's supporting the president. That is his democratic right.
His democratic right.
So what is your problem?
Them,
so what's your problem?
Okay, the two of them are saying, let us think as Kenyans, as patriots, and then leaving it there. Now, charter a way forward. Be clear in whatever you're saying.
Mohammed, please. Let me simplify for you. You have not understood his submission.
No.
I want to simplify.
No. I want. Can you finish in 1 minute?
Understand English?
Can you finish in 1 minute? Can you finish in 1 minute?
Now, as
Kenyans,
I'm saying this
in 1 minute.
In 1 minute.
Yes.
We have political issues as Kenyans. Okay, all our issues are political. We need political processes to solve them.
Okay.
What better way than political inclusion? And with political inclusion, you align with the party with your ideologies. You align with the people if you're not running. That is the best way to go ahead with it. Because if you're running, it's okay. Now, after aligning with people, you come out confidently. If you believe in that movement, then you even campaign for your candidate. That is what I'm saying. You charter a way forward for yourself, not just crying foul, saying patriot, and that is it. What is the way forward? Who are you supporting? Be clear.
Jagero, in 10 seconds.
I am going to the Ambo.
Now,
yes. Let me go to the Ambo.
We have several issues which we're talking about, and I wanted to tell the president.
Ken, what are you asking?
I'm asking at what time we tunamaliza.
Sahi.
Yeah. First of all, of course, I'll be relying on my Bible here.
Yeah. What is the Bible?
The concise law of human nature. On how Ruto, because that's the topic, on how Ruto has to deal with UHURU. And for him to understand how to deal with UHURU, Ruto, president, you must first of all read law number 9 of confronting your dark side.
Okay.
And I will read. People are rarely who they seem to be. Lurking beneath their polite, affable exterior is inevitably a dark shadow side, which is consisting of the insecurities and the aggressive, selfish impulses they repress and carefully conceal from public view. This dark side leaks out in behavior that will baffle and harm you. Learn to recognize the signs of the shadow before they become toxic. See people's overt traits, toughness, saintliness, etc. as cover-up. You must become aware of your own dark side. In being conscious of it, you can control and channel the creative energies that lurk in your unconscious. By integrating the dark side into your personality, you'll be a more complete human and will radiate an authenticity that will draw people to you. And I'll read further. Just allow me to, because it is there. This longing to commit a madness stays with us throughout our lives. Who has not, when standing with someone by an abyss or high up a tower, had a sudden impulse to push the other over? Like when we were kids, remember when we were standing next to the water body, another kid will just come from back and push you. It is inherent of us as human beings. So President Ruto, UHURU is also having a child in him, and he's standing behind you, and he's just excited because it's just human nature, just to push you and fall. And you must be aware of this fellow. And how does he manifest? There are several ways that you can see people who are trying to act around the law of repression. And the law of repression must serve you, President Ruto, and not him. In that you must repress yourself and that urge to do bad to him. Because Uhuru's businesses, as we've talked about here, are more safe with Ruto than any other candidate if they get to power. Because those ones still want to make. At least Ruto knows what has been made. And this far, Uhuru predicted that Ruto would fail in the first 3 months. Jim Wanjigi did the same. But Ruto has gone beyond that, and Ruto has invited him to serve his private personal interests. And Brian was talking about something here, and it's important that we just highlight, because also our political headache, we learn some things. As much as it's important for us to pursue what is important for Kenya, the reality of politics is that we can't pursue what's important for the country if we bury our heads in the sand and say the interest of a politician is not important. Unfortunately, in a capitalistic state, the interest of a politician becomes key for us to achieve what we want to achieve. Because if that politician's interest is met, that is when the breadcrumbs falls to us. That is the reality of politics, unfortunately, in a capitalistic state. If we're in a communist state, that's different, because the interest of the state then supersedes. And then in a communist state, you can talk about what is good for the country, because everything is owned by the state. Of course, it's a beautiful thinking that we have to proceed in that manner. But the reality is that what interests a politician, and especially those ones who are leading us, is what interests all of us. But with a liner, this country, the headache that is disturbing you, my brother Brian, that headache, that political headache, unfortunately, cannot be sorted by the ballot. Yeah. I want to tell you why. Because we have, I've told Jagero here, we have a dichotomy of the voter in this country. The problems that we're discussing here, busy discussing here, after 4 years and 364 days, Kenyan electorates go and conduct a talent show. Yeah. After complaining that we've had terrible issues, the Kenyan voter does a talent show that is not based on merit. You're talking about appointing people based on tribes. It's very reflective of what the common voter does. We should not recruit people based on tribes. We should recruit people based on merit. If you're qualified to do something and you're 10 Kikuyus, let you sit there and work. If you're having 20 Kikuyus sitting there to do that, why not? If they can deliver, why not? Okay? So I think you are right to imagine a different nation. But the reality is just painful, that the Kenyan voter will disappoint you again. The middle class is busy sitting in studios talking about what bedevils Kenya. But the gentleman and the lady at home does not care about what you're talking about. Them, they care about identity. The politician comes and tells them, mimi ni wenyu, adoa nyuba, joturo untie. Okay? And they go and vote at 100 shillings or 50 shillings. And you're seeing this, it's sad. So whatever we're discussing here, it's beautiful, yes, that we need an idealistic state, but the reality is that politics is very practical. And once the politician's interest is met, ours is being met. Unfortunately, it's just the reality of things. Now that, captured with the second law, Jagero, for Ruto, this is law number 10 under this book by Robert Greene. It says the law of envy.
In finishing?
No, we're not finishing. You wait.
In finishing.
The law of envy. You gave this gentleman time, Jagero. Just be fair.
Fair to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
They've talked, Indio. Yeah, let me just finish then. Yeah, very important.
But they're taking all the time.
The law of envy. No, I've only talked for 30 seconds.
No, this guy.
Oh, this guy, okay. the law of envy. I love studying human beings, and especially recently, I've gotten interest in understanding why human beings are so dark. Because unfortunately, I'm being surprised day by day, the real potential of a human being. And I realize that it is so effective for a human being to be dark than to be good. And in that context, I'm looking at every human being, even all of us in this room. I'm just wondering, what is your dark side and what do you want?
Yes.
It's the first way I analyze everybody nowadays. Initially, I was like, people are good. And you do them good, they do you bad. You do them good, they do you bad throughout. So, President Ruto, law number 10, be aware of the fragile ego. It is the law of envy. It says, in fact, there's a writer or a philosophist who once said that every time a friend succeeds, they die a little. Okay? And I believe all of us must have experienced that. Every time a friend succeeds, there's something in there around us. Why is it not me? It's just inherent amongst human beings. And Uhuru is in that very position. Every time Ruto succeeds, he's wondering. Why? Because when you betray the people, or when you betray a cause of a friend, and then that friend goes ahead to succeed, you feel guilty. Because they had an agreement that let's do the Big Four agenda. Me, I was not there in that room when they were discussing. They are the ones who told us that they want to build houses, they want to do what. And then Uhuru deviated from that pathway. Then Ruto came in. Now, this law says We humans are naturally compelled to compare ourselves with one another. We are continually measuring people's status, the levels of respect and attention they receive, and noticing any difference between what we have and what they have. For some of us, this need to compare serves as a spur to excel through our work. For others, it can turn into deep envy, feelings of inferiority and frustration that lead to covert attacks and sabotage. Nobody admits to acting out of envy. Uhuru cannot admit acting out of envy, but the reality is that he's acting out of envy. You must recognize the early warning signs, praise and bids for friendship that seem effusive and out of proportion. Subtle digs at you under the guise of good-natured humor. Humor is the worst way that somebody can pass a very subtle envy mark to you. Yes, yeah? Uhuru has been, like today was there speaking. Wakisema ni Sifuna, ni Sifuna. Wakisema ni Ruto, ni Ruto. Wakisema ni Kalonzo, it's a very bad humor because everybody knows that is against who? Ruto. And it is not because we are just talking about it. Ruto has told us that he went to talk to this fellow and this fellow told him, no. Why are you saying no if you're for the nation? This is your protege in any case. Okay? Now the president, the signs of envy that I want to point to you. One is micro-expression, which I'll not go into details, but I'll come to the push and pull. Where somebody blows hot and cold on you. That's a very bad sign of envy. Today ako na wewe, kesho hayuko. Ukimwita kwako anakuja ananawa, ako sawa. Kesho hayuko na wewe anaongea vibaya huko nje. So the president must understand that the first thing he must do in this question of President Uhuru Kenyatta, as I've said before, is to extract himself from that thinking and focus on the reality that human beings are really dark. And nobody is there wishing him well except his mother, who is, of course, alive. That is the only person wishing him well. Everybody else is looking out for themselves and looking to get ahead. And Uhuru, where he's sitting, he's young. He wants to have leverage on power. Finally, there's something we're talking about here about retirement, and let me play it bare, because we've talked about this. We had a whole episode, Jagero, about the retirement of a president and what should be done. The Retirement Benefits Act of 2003, that's Act number 11 of 2003, has key statutory provisions, one of them being Section 6.1, political office limitation. It specifies that a retired president shall not hold office in any political party for more than 6 months after ceasing to hold office as president. Section 6.2 limits the retired president to advisory function, and this perhaps the most important part that Uhuru is forgetting. It says that a retired president is expected to transition into playing a consultative and advisory role to the government and the people of Kenya. I want to repeat that. Consultative and advisory role to the government and the people of Kenya. That's why you are funded a whole office plus staff, advisors and researchers to help you advise the government and the people of Kenya, not to sabotage the government and the people of Kenya. Section 4.1 says it empowers the National Assembly to pass a motion supported by at least 2/3 of its members to resolve that a retired president forfeits or has their retirement benefits reduced if they hold office in or actively engage in political party activities beyond 6 months grace period. So as I've always said in this studio, day and over and over again, that the biggest challenge we have in this country is parliament. There's some things that should have been done. These things, we need to see them in parliament, okay? Lastly, Article 151.3, the safeguard, which now brings the contrast. It says that the 2010 Constitution, Article 153 of the 2010 Constitution, mandates the retirement benefits and privileges payable to a former president and shall not be varied to their disadvantage during their lifetime. And that's why I said last time that this needs to be worked on by Parliament to ensure that there's harmony. That if the former president is allowed to politic, then you must not keep on threatening them on their retirement benefits. Okay? So we sit at a controversy in the law. And the law has very many points where it's contravening itself. But to end, is that President Ruto must be alive to the fact that his term, the first term, is coming to an end. And when it's coming to an end, the person who wants him out of that office more than any other person is President Kenyatta. For one reason, that he needs to control the leverage of finances in this country, because he's the greatest shareholder in terms of businesses that are directly benefiting from government. So asifikirie Uhuru ni mtu yake.
Okay.
Naacha kumbembeleza.
All right.
Kwende huko.
Thank you very much. I want to say thank you, Mr. Brian, for coming today. I want to thank you, Mr. Onsonko. You know, were you the only one-time guy here?
Yes.
How do you know? I want to thank Faith Ken.
I'm being called
with all of
lipstick.
them.
They are saying lipstick aonge. Very good. I want to thank Mr. Diambo. I want to thank Mr. Black Mama for coming. Mr. Mohammed, thank you very much for coming. I want to thank Mr. Lossi, who has been on the cameras, and Frank, who has been on the deck, to the people of the internet, and of course, Mr. Washington, who is also on the other camera. I want to thank you very much. It is the people of the internet that make us come here and talk with them. If you look at the town hall on the right, they're always talking there. So thank you very much, people of the internet. We are having our town hall on the 12th of next month here at the CTC building, Kenyatta Avenue, opposite Serena Hotel. If you go to kailasinstitute.org, you will see all the details pertaining the town hall. You can also follow us on our WhatsApp channel. Did you put up the picture, the QR code? We have got a very, very, very busy WhatsApp channel, which you can group, that you can actually join, so that we can further our conversation. Thank you very much, and until another episode, bye for now. Very good.
Good people. And he has.
All right, people of the internet, I hope that you're enjoying this episode very much, and I just had a break to tell you about my new book. You know, everybody says that there is no job, and that is true. Also, that was me 10 years ago. The problem is that everybody is trying to get a job in their town, in their city, in their marketplace. They ask friends for jobs, mothers call uncles, uncles call brothers, but there are no jobs. Let me tell you what no one is telling you. Jobs migrated online. What I actually mean is there are many, many jobs around the world, and there is no one to do them except you. I work for Americans myself. I work for Europeans. I work for the Chinese. I work for the Australians. I work for the Canadians. And so, because I have done so much for myself, I said to myself, you know what? I should compile what I've been doing for the last 15 years. So in 2024, I wrote a digital book called Goldmine 18 Hustles for Africans. And then in 2025, AI came. People say AI is taking away our jobs. And for me, I'm going to say false. There are actually AI jobs. Jobs are not being taken by AI, but there are new jobs online that are there because of AI. Now, mimi ni nani? I created more jobs. And for now, in my new book, we have 25 online and offline jobs that you can leverage on if you do not have a job. So in this powerful volume 2, I share 25 new actionable online hustles specifically researched and tailored for Africans. My new book provides clear step-by-step guidance drawing from my extensive experience and research, including the mistakes I've made and lessons I've learned over the 15 years that I have worked online. So, what can you do online? You can become an executive assistant for busy folks in Europe, America, Canada, and get paid for tasks like watching videos and taking online surveys. Okay? You can build a lot of things. Build a business as a virtual assistant, start an e-commerce shop without capital, be an affiliate marketer, or you can also become actually an English tutor, and tens of AI jobs. If you have a job, that is fine. But I also know that you can buy this book for that brother, for that sister, for that mother, for that cousin, for that husband who is watching Netflix all day at home. Buy it for your friend who is always asking for cash. You know that friend. Now, all the information is on the description below. You can also inbox me, you can WhatsApp me, or go to my website, which is odworjigero.co.ke.